All right. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, that's fine. Is my, yep, my audio is working. Uh, my hair is a little messed up. This is in the way. Ooh, please don't disconnect. Okay. All right. Give me 1 second, guys. I was not that I wasn't expecting the chapter. Obviously, we had the break week. That's like not a it is a break week, but it's not a break week. In the sense of the leakers had the chapter, they were just holding on to it to line up with the official a little bit better. But let me just notifications, chat. Oh, timer. Let me get the timer up. What is it saying? Oh god, I hope this doesn't crash the thing. Damn it. That's crazy. Okay, we should be back. Okay, we're good now. Okay. That one wasn't even, that was just OBS. That's weird. What's it called? I was doing some yard stuff, so I had to shower real quick before the thing, and I saw the chapter dropped. I was planning on working on that next video today. Sorry, I'm a little razzle dazzled. Chapter's out. What was the other thing I need to do? There was something I need to do. Okay, so there was a new video dropped. This, working on it. Editor, BBL Drizzy. No, that's not it. I think we're good. I think we're good. Okay, the camera might be lagging. Yo, Dad's in the chat. How you doing, bro? What's up? How you doing, Dad Z? I'm gonna call you Z. I got my oh yeah, Twitch chat. Got this. Oh, notifications. That's what I needed. Right. Okay, so let me do that real quick. That's on this device. Please tell me it's charged. It's not. Oh, it is. Nice. That is the issue with having to stream now versus when, like, I thought it was gonna be tomorrow because I thought they were just gonna hold off, was I had a bunch of I have like so many tabs open because I was in the middle of like recording / writing, and I don't want to close them, and I'm hoping that it doesn't crash the stream. Oh, that's that. I knew I was missing something. First of all, I need to go back to the middle. Second of all, this. Knew I was missing something. Cool. Not a big deal. Oh, Z Whale. Gotcha. Alerts. Is that what I need to pull up? No. Event list. There we go. And we're good. Cool. Oh, wow. Lonely Mage, 17 months, visionary. Like or suffer for your lack of vision. Exactly. If you don't like, then you'll suffer lack of vision. The Oracle Lonely Mage. Thank you. I appreciate you. 17 months. It's a long time. It's a long time. Lodge 35, two months in a row. Visionary, appreciate you. Yo, throwback to Thursday chapters. Yeah, so throwback to that, but also like I needed to do yard stuff today, and then I showered and I was a little bit late, and now we're here. I guess I gotta do the yard stuff later on. My son's starting to play outside, so I have to like not baby proof it, but like baby proof it. But yeah. I think we're good. I feel like I'm missing stuff, but like it is Young Smoky VP17 with the $50 super chat. I appreciate you. Wait, hold on. What's going on with the audio? Is the audio messed up? Is the audio okay? Hopefully it is. Let me know, mods, if it's good. But yeah, you said, yo, Part, enjoy the chapter, brother. I enjoy watching you and have for a while now. Keep doing your thing. Earlier in the week, I What? Why did OBS just disconnect? Huh? What? What is wrong with OBS? I didn't even touch. That's so crazy. I don't know why OBS is just crapping out right now. It's updated too. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. We good, OBS. Don't mess with me. But yeah, earlier in the week we posted the long video, 59 minutes. I really like that video. It was like half is funny because like it was two scripts that ended up connecting, and I was like, whoa, and it changed a lot. And I'm hopefully can start getting out these other videos in line with that. That was the plan today. I was gonna do yard work, think about the script while doing that. Then I was gonna do some other stuff, and then the chapter dropped. So now today's schedule is tomorrow's schedule, and tomorrow's schedule is today's schedule. And I'm assuming, because like I heard before this, there's a break week next week. So at some point, we're gonna find some regularity. I know that like it's weird because it feels like it's been so long since I streamed, but you know, the break weeks, they come and they go. You just gotta roll with it. There was the rap beef, the great rap war of this century occurred over the weekend, over the last few weeks, filled up the break weeks. But we could talk about that another time. I'm gonna try and bring back the watch parties. They've been tough, but what's it called? What was I gonna say? My sleep schedule is also changing too. And then, oh yeah, 3-day. I appreciate you for giving me the protection against the spoilers. I cannot say because I dropped the video and I was responding to comments, and I completely forgot because it's been so long since I posted, and it's been so long since I've like posted. Like this time I posted, even though I knew a chapter was dropping. Like Dax is telling me not to post because like it's gonna do poorly in the algorithm, which I know it will. Fair, but I just need to post. I just needed to, and I was checking the comments, and 3 days like, stop doing that, you're gonna get spoiled. And I was like, wait, what? And then the spoilers had dropped, and thank God like the comments that I had read weren't at least spoilers. But shout outs to YouTube for giving mods like actual powers to filter through. So please don't spoil in videos, comments. But most of you guys didn't. That's fair, but some of you guys did. And you guys might not have meant to, but make sure to check about that. Let me just get to these last few supers, and then we'll start the chapter. Will of Davy with the 10 months visionary, I appreciate you, said, this one's an absolute banger, insane stuff. I imagine. I mean, all of Egghead has been like that for me in a lot of ways. Why is my camera lagging like this? This is insane. A lot of Egghead has been like that for me. And that I explained it last time. That's partially why getting videos out is so hard, because Oda just doesn't give us a break. But damn, what is happening with my camera right now? This is ridiculous. Okay, it might lag for a second. I just want to try to fix the camera. Why is it doing that? Also, because if Psy comes in, I don't want this issue to... Is it just because these tabs? Please. Please, computer, let me keep the tabs. Oh, also the other problem is the computer that I'd offload like my writing and research to crapped out during the break months, and I just haven't had time to fix it. So I have had to do everything onto the Switch. You know, it's not a huge problem, but it is what it is. Let me see. Red's me name 9 months. Ultimate visionary. What? Red's me name. How do I? Did you name change Red's me name? How have you been 9 months ultimate visionary? I didn't know. Okay, not a spoiler, just a personal theory. I have a feeling the broadcast Denden Mushi is inside the Iron Giant. That's where he first met Vegapunk, and I think there was a reason for it. That'd be really cool. I don't know, Reds, if you watched my last video, but that would be an interesting. I didn't think about that. That would be interesting because then like Vegapunk being inside there, that'd be that would work. 3-day. Okay, YouTube's lying. It says, welcome to the Ultimate Visionaries. I know you've been an Ultimate Visionary since the beginning of time, since the birth of the century, the world. 3-day has been there, so I appreciate you. Thank you so much, 3-day. Thank you for all the help as well. Man, yeah, definitely super helpful all the time, especially this week. Pirate King Trig with a 12-month, 1-year supervisionary. Shout outs to you. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. It says 1 year with the best One Piece YouTuber. Hashtag BBL Drizzy. Also, Kid will be back in Elbaf with ACOC. Kid for Pirate King. Down with the Giants. Hey. Kid has the potential. Like Garp says. Everyone's born within the younger you are. Isn't Kid the oldest one though? It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay. All right. Let me. Oh! I could do this. I could do this. Let's pause that and let's pause this. And there we go. Okay. I pray that that's enough. We have the timer up. Without further ado, it's 18:10, so we'll put the timestamp there on the thing. And yeah, let's get started. All right, so start. Go. Hopefully the camera, I think the audio is fine. It's just the camera sometimes is lagging a little bit, which seems fine. All right. Oh no, I already used 15 seconds. Okay. So I was already, I mean, technically it's not spoilers, but like I already knew the title of this, even though I didn't see it just now. Is actually a complete accident, technically, even though I don't mind. It was just that the Sanji Zoro thing, people were posting like the 2 wings of the Pirate King, and then I think me and Sai were talking about it, and then we mixed up the thing and he told me in 10. He was just like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was like, no, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. TCB would have spoiled me anyways. But yeah, Wings of Icarus. That's an interesting one because I like the story of Icarus is I mean, the various versions of it. I don't know what like the real version of the story is. Like the wax wings, dad, the maze, the centaur. They had to escape, flew to the sun, the kid got too excited, like all that stuff. I like that story. There's various meanings and messages, and I remember when I was a kid I read that a lot. I can't stop thinking about Pit from Super Smash when I think about the Icarus wings for some reason. I don't even know if Pit relates to the thing. I don't even know Pit's story, but anyways, okay. Let's see. Oni Child Yamato in the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage, Volume 4. I ask that you complete a pilgrimage to Hakumai and return this sword to Enma's shrine in the late Yasue's stead. So this is Yasue's sword. It's going to Enma's shrine in Hakumai. Hakumai meaning white rice, but also white dance. Interesting. Yasue is from Hakumai? Did I forget that? And then, oh, we get the path. So she starts here, goes, I forget what region that is. Kuri. This is Udon Prison. The Hakumai goes, ends with the Shimotsuki, and then done. Interesting. Interesting. We still don't know how they tossed Onigashima, but it's fine. Yamato's like, that's cool, that's fine. What if Yamato becomes a swordsman? That'd be kind of sick. That would low-key interesting. Yamato becoming a swordsman would be kind of cool, right? Let me see. What's the note? Oh, we have a note. I didn't think we were actually, no, they had the chapter for 2 weeks. So 2 of my current editors and 1 I used to work with all just got married. What wonderful news. Congrats, everyone. That's awesome. Congratulations. Best wishes, long life of happiness and beautiful families and maybe mangakas. That'd be crazy. But to be fair, maybe their kids are like, I don't see my dad ever. Oda took away my family. And then the kids have a vendetta against Oda, so they don't become mangakas, they become like lawyers that take down mangakas. That'd be crazy. What a villain story. Someone should make that into an anime or manga, whatever. 3 people. Dang, Oda has 3 weddings to go to then. Or he went to 3 weddings. Oh, that could be like extra break weeks, right? He need to go to all these weddings. Or maybe imagine Oda, like his editors, like his like some of these people are super close to him. They know the ending on One Piece. They're like, Oda-san, I'm getting married, blah blah blah. Will you come to my wedding? And he's just like, sorry, I got the I have the 10/14s dropping. What about this other weekend? Oh, sorry, the live action. Oh, like what about the 9 a.m. on Wednesday? Oh, sorry, that's, oh man, the anime. Ooh, that'd be funny. That'd be crazy. But yeah, let's hop into this. Navy HQ, New World. Is it nighttime? Oh my god, wait, this is actually so cracked. If this is nighttime, this is because oh wow, I was just looking at can I say why? I can't say exactly why, but like I was looking at 2 arcs and like trying to find out, like see nighttime in certain places, like what it looks like at nighttime. And I was trying to find like Marineford. Oh, I should have looked at okay, never mind. Sorry. But if this is nighttime, that's interesting because it's daytime in Egghead, so Oda's reflecting nighttime, daytime. Has he been doing that with the other parts though? I don't think he has. And this is such a hard thing to keep track of though. Anyways, the world's gonna sink into the ocean. Who's saying that? Does he realize what he's saying? Dr. Vegapunk? Oh, Akainu. No, he getting us the dragon. The dragon effect. The ... That's interesting. Timer's going, right? Yeah. Oh. See, are people going to are people gonna mock Akainu just like they mock Dragon for not having words come out of his mouth? No, because everyone's biased. Duh. You know what? The new agenda is anyone who speaks. Nah, there's no agenda there. But like, this means that Dragon and Akainu are same level, minimum. The town of Mockery, Mocktown. This is interesting. Who are we gonna see on Mocktown? Is Bellamy here? This guy's a riot. Is he trying to panic everyone and take the world down? Wow, that's such a nuanced take. This is so smart coming from the mock town. Like, these are the there's Pirate Island where Blackbeard is, And then there's Mocktown. That is a mock of Pirate Island in Paradise, where it's like the loser's version of Pirate Island. If you're a pirate and you're strong, you're on Pirate Island. If you're a loser and you're a pirate, you're on Mocktown. And you're just laughing like, oh, Sky Islands? Who believes in that? Meanwhile, you go to the New World, everybody no one looks at Sky Islands anymore and is like, wow, that's crazy. And then they're like, oh my god, look at him trying to fear monger us. That's crazy. How the heck is the whole world meant to sink, Mr. Genius? Ha ha ha. That's funny. That's funny. The City of Water, Water 7. If he was just talking about this city, I'd believe him in an instant. But the whole world, it'd take a lot more than rising tides to do that, right? Because it's not just rising tides, isn't it? Ooh, we got Polly's reaction, but what about Iceberg? We don't get Iceberg's reaction? Hello? I mean, we got it last chapter, but like... This is what we were talking about with on the Parcast last time, where it's just like the nuance of Vegapunk saying sinking is very different than like the polar ice caps melting. The sinking stuff means something else. But it is interesting. I will say it is interesting because in Water 7, in reference to the Aqua Laguna, Iceberg says the island is sinking, when in reality it's the tides are like rising, and they kind of know that. So it is interesting. Hopefully we'll learn a little bit more, because this is what this chapter is supposed to be about, right? Right now we're just getting updates, but will Vegapunk tell us why, who, or what to do, like a solution? Not sure. Honestly, even time has passed, had more time to think about it, still don't know which direction. But the underwater prison Impel Down. You know, here's a fun fact I'll let you guys in on. Part of the research that I found out was that there is an eternal log post for Impel Down. Yeah. I think it's chapter like 525, I think. Alvida is trying to get to Buggy. They realize, I guess they're like, oh, we're not going to go to Impel Down. And they had an internal log post, and I'm assuming it was meant to go to Impel Down. I got to double check. It's a little hazy. That was like 4 or 5 days ago or something like that. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. I figured that's a cool detail people can theorize with. Wonder what that means. This just gets better and better. Isn't it your job to take care of the inmates, Magellan? What are you going to do if the prison gets completely flooded? Impel Down's really important. Hopefully we learn more. Oh, wow. Oh, wait. Like, I thought it... my brain's broken. Because every time we get a Doflamingo thing, he's just, like, talking to the ceiling. Isn't it, like, the last 4 times you just get one line, and he's just like, haha, did they send the assassins after me? I think one time he's just like, Magellan, let me free, or some shit like that. Like, okay. All right, we get the sea. Okay, you have a point. The sudden sea levels rise early. Wait, the sudden sea level rise earlier caused havoc with some cells, and that was only 1 meter. How many meters would it take to cover the whole world? Most urban areas would be screwed if water levels rose just another 5 meters. Yo, Doflamingo's super cracked and super woke. Dude, like, he'd be sitting in our world, be like, he'd be pushing the climate change agenda, you know? Dang, he knows. 5 meters is a lot, but that's I think it takes a lot less for our, I think it's like what, 50 centimeters or something like that. We'd be losing a lot of places, I think, with like 1 meter. I'm pretty sure. 5 meters is crazy. 5 meters is a lot of water. Like a global 5 meter raise is a lot. that's insane. Anyways, maybe we should all evacuate. We could always go somewhere high up. Yeah, because you're a celestial dragon, Doflamingo. Speak for yourself. We're not allowed up there. Punk. Ooh. Fishman Island. I'm not going to say anything, but this what I'm looking at in the background. I said something earlier. I'm looking at it right now. It's kind of important. For me, at least. Ryu Kingdom, Fishman Island, Father. Is that really going to happen? It sounds so outlandish, Jamon. Jamon. Okay. Okay, what's this random rock doing here? Where are they? They're inside, no? Okay, whatever. Okay, Oda literally said whatever because we're just skipping on ahead. Egghead, the island of the future. This is crazy talk. But the world's most acclaimed scientist is saying it. That's so funny that they're like literally sieging him and like their mission is to kill him and they're still like, oh, he's the most acclaimed scientist. They know what they're doing. No one's standing up for justice. Sad. If Kobe were here, he'd solve everything. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's true. It'll cause mass panic and chaos. Enough with the lies and madness. Oh, never mind. Oh, they just think he's a liar now. Wow, look at the agenda. Look at the Navy. Wow. I thought that they were better than this. In 3 dialogue boxes, they went from respectable to fake news. That's crazy. Oh, it's the boys. The boys are back. Okay. I said this last time was this last chapter? I love it when Oda puts them all in one like picture because they look so goofy. Like if I showed this to 100 anime fans, they would be like, oh, these are completely different characters from completely different arcs or different worlds or whatever. Nope, they're friends. They sat in a room together for 800 years. Quickly eradicate the broadcast snail. No, snuff out every living thing you can say. God damn. We can deal with the ramifications later. God damn. Or are they just gonna start using the eye lasers or like the instant death? Can they do that to the Denden Mushis? Every living thing. I'm assuming they're talking about Denden Mushis, no? Because, oh yeah, the broadcast snail. Yeah. Okay. Wait, no, yeah. Are they talking about like Usopp? Who's the hierarchy on Egghead? Yeah, like it's Denden Mushis. Then the next up would be Usopp, right? In terms of the food chain. We can deal with the ramifications later. Huff. Damn, Stella, did he really spill the beans on everything? Oh, wait, that's kind of a big line. Because then does that mean that Vegapunk's done? York hasn't synced up at like a minimum a few months. So Vegapunk not knowing, or York not knowing what else. No, I think that's kind of interesting because then that kind of implies that this is the most of what Vegapunk is trying to say as far as like new information, I guess. They spill the beans on everything. I'm assuming there's more, but like that is a crack line. Spill the beans on everything. Also, this is a pre-recorded message. We don't know when. I talked about it a few times where I think I know at minimum, for me, Or did I not post the video? No, I didn't post it. The at minimum, I say that before Shaka called Dragon. That's what I think. Before then, it has to be before then. Oh no, I said it on a podcast, but we don't know how early the message was. Interesting. Please humor me for a moment as I make a prediction. Oh. Okay. Assuming my sensor data is what? He had the Richter scale going on? A few days from now, I record this, an exceptionally vicious earthquake. Wait, what? A few days from now, as I record this, an exceptionally vicious earthquake will rock the entire planet. Oh, my brain was like, huh? Because then we just have that. He's talking about the one that just happened. Pre-recorded message from a few days ago. So this is before even he... What sensor data? That's interesting. Because can we predict earthquakes days ahead? No, right? I thought we can like see it like the day of. Maybe I'm a few days from now. Oh, this is interesting because when you go back to that earthquake thing, it said it was a weird line. I remember talking to Sai about this. This is off call, I think. That is a weird line. Like, it is weird, but it said like something along the lines of, it may be a coincidence, but this happened 6 days after the Lucia thing. And the thing that I was telling Sai was just like, I messaged him. I said, like, most people think that Lucia caused the earthquake, but like 6 days is different. Like, that's so extra. But like, maybe One Piece World works different. But now he's saying he predicted it 6 days, or not 6 days, a few days. So maybe it was after a few days. That's interesting. Don't tell me he's talking about today's earthquake. Oh yeah, that happened just now, right? Oh my god. That's the one thing with the One Piece timeline. It's like time is so quick. Like, it's only been a day since we've been on Egghead, right? Like, not even. Didn't he die after this recording? Oh, that's gonna give away. Okay, that's dope. Following this calamity, sea levels the world over will rise by 1 meter. That's also insane. 1 meter is a lot. A number of islands will become uninhabitable. Damn. Bangladesh should be gone. 1 meter. Bangladesh is completely eradicated. No, I made an entire video for it on my non-profit channel, but that's a different time. No way, he actually saw it coming, and naturally many beaches will also be completely submerged. Interesting. If this doesn't come to pass, feel free to disregard the rest of this message. Yo, it's this dude. Oh my god, we've had Kanjit. I forget why. I think we had like 2 reveries, or no, not reveries. There was a bunch of like game show things where he was the answer for it, and I didn't remember, so I commit him to memory. Tanjit, right? I don't remember his son's name, Or I used to remember his son's name, and now I remember this guy. The Stilts dude. Interesting. That's fun. That's fun that we showed this guy. Wait, isn't Long Ring Longland just eradicated then? Because the water levels just rose? How is he? I guess we do see the water up here. This is freaky. How is he able to call it science, my friend? Science. It'd be sick if Kuzan just froze, like prevented it from affecting the island. Technically, Pizarro could pull a Wano. No? Couldn't he just lift up, like he could just and then the walls grow, which is kind of what Wano, the history in 1055, that's how Sukiyaki described it to us, like the walls grew. Pizarro could technically do that. Interesting. I mean, there's always been, ever since we got those lines, people, and Pizarro's fruit, people have thought that Pizarro involved. But assuming, however, these events have transpired, then please pay heed to what I have to say. Dang, this is low key like our scientists like wet dream of being able to be this accurate and prophetic that people believe you, because that's the reality where it's like we're saying these things will happen, but we can't be exact, so people use that gap in prediction and reality to take as a dismantle towards the science entirely. Whereas like Einstein had something like this 100 years ago, or 100 plus years ago now. He predicted that the Earth would experience the great gravitational tidal wave that bent space-time fabric because of two stars, black holes, I think, colliding or whatever, and they hit us in 2018 or whatever, and then we marked it. And it's like, damn, Einstein really did predict that before he died, way before he died. And that's why we hold Einstein like that, but we can't do that with other people. Anyways, the earthquake I just predicted cannot, strictly speaking, the earthquake I just predicted cannot, strictly speaking, be considered a natural phenomenon. Okay, that's a big line. That's a big line, because if like people's thoughts that like Lelucia was it, he caused it, he could like take that. I mean, like that's what people assumed, like one of the sins, right? But earthquake I just predicted cannot strictly be considered a natural phenomenon. That's pretty interesting, because and this is a huge thing. I don't know if a lot of people aren't on Twitter, but it is important. Actually, yeah, it is important. I didn't get a chance to bring it up in the calls with Sai. It's in one of the videos that I scripted, but I put on the backgrounds for the last one. Is that the Japanese community was because Vegapunk's message about the sinking world thing, the Japanese community was they already knew that the world was sinking, because in Lily's letter, remember when it was cut off, like some of the text was cut off, in Japanese or in the raws, originally it wasn't fully blocked off, and it was a mistake apparently, and it was meant to be more blocked off, but when it wasn't blocked off and originally released, the word sinking was already in there. So Lily's letter was saying that raise your flags for the dawn of the world against the sinking world, or something like that. So they already knew since chapter 1085 that it would be sinking, and then Vegapunk reaffirming that sinking thing was kind of like, it gave a different perspective. But that's something that we didn't get because it got blocked on the English side and it wasn't mistakenly given to us, which is interesting, because it's like, I don't know which side's better off. But what's it called? The fact that Lily also knew that it was sinking, I think changes the whole game in terms of like the nuance of this. And so Vegapunk saying the earthquake I just predicted cannot strictly speaking be considered a natural phenomenon is already a weighted statement that you could theorize enough about, but now you add on that 800 years ago when Lily wrote the letter, it was already something that could be predicted, is very interesting, because then it's like, so if it's not natural phenomenon, then what is it? Was it always there? Was it always rising? Well, you know, then that's where like, you know, well, didn't have this line, but now I can just add it to the video, is that part of what I was doing in that video was pointing out like the nuance of what sinking meant. And now that we know, okay, 1 meter, we can compare that. How many times this happened in the past? Well, let's compare the islands. We have some markers, and to me, I think we have a healthy idea, but this natural phenomenon thing is interesting, because that actually, it's not, I'll think about this later. Let me see what else he says. Oh, Vegapunk, not another word. Oh, okay, wait. This is the thing. This is the thing I've been waiting for since last chapter. This is the one thing that I was saying Oda needs to give us. The Gorsei's reaction. Vegapunk, not another word. Saturn, my boy, what's going on? Get out of here. Who's saying that? Saying that? Robin, Nami, Lilith? Quite the line. Oh, is Chopper dead? Look at his, he looks like he died. Cause he got that venom in him. That's crazy. I've always naively yearned for peace and prosperity. Ooh, naive is crazy. Oh, that, because that's like the punk records thing. When Jinbei called him out, I was like, isn't that problematic, Vegapunk? And he's like, well, you can't progress by thinking about all those things, Jinbei, punk, loser. Who are you? You're not a scientist. And now he's acknowledging he was naive. And that's something Bonnie called him out too a little bit. Ooh-wah, yo-ho-ho. Robin, dang, Robin's so helpful, even when crippled. Interesting. Be gone? He's on fire? Is that from, that's from oh, that's from Nami, right? This is Zeus? God damn, where's Usopp though? Oh, Usopp's literally not here or doing anything. All right, fine, whatever. Oh, I saw something. I saw a double spread, but I also saw words. I'm just gonna zoom in. Saw words. Just gonna move it. And that brought me to what? See, that's why I gotta slow scroll, man. Damn it. Oh my god, wait, I'm excited. Wait a second. Holy shit, my heart's beating. I saw words. All right, we're gonna read it though, in order. And that brought me to what proved to be my first grave sin. Oh. Wait, what? Mars, what is the status of the power station? Okay, it connects to the words. Okay, I am seeing to it now. We must preserve the contents of that room. Okay. I'm almost there. Wait, why is he saying this out loud? Why is Saturn screaming that to everybody? Like, why isn't he just using telepathy? And that brought me to what proved to be my first grave sin. Oh my god, it's kind of hard. Not hard, but like keeping up with the conversations. Because I just want to read Vegapunk's and then I want to read the other people's. I might have to like go back and reread Vegapunk's words all coherently. I was fixated on my dream of developing an everlasting energy source, hell-bent on driving the world to a bigger and brighter future. Saturn is like a hungry hippo right now, driving into the lab, and I'm assuming this is where we go. Okay, let's do it from the top. Yep, all right, I saw those words. Okay. But I flew close to up. Oh my god, words. Oh my god, dyslexia is. I'm so excited I can't read. I got so excited because I flew too close to the sun. Jesus. Oh my god. Um, Mother Flame. Okay. Now we talked about this. I mean, we generally kind of, but like, we want to know more so what use this for Lucia, but Icarus, I flew too close to the sun, Mother Flame, S108, A and Moo, A. What? We must eradicate all life forms. We must be relentless. Wait, what? Wait, what did he say? Oh, I missed that line. Oh, he's. I assume. Oh my god, I missed the panel. I scrolled here and I didn't go to here. Ugh, the Mother Flame. Wait, what did he say? Okay, so he says, Mars, what is the status of the power station? I'm seeing it to it now. We must preserve the contents of that room, but I'm almost there. Ugh, the Mother Flame. So he sees it. It's super bright and it's like blinding. And then Vegapunk says by Flutokus, and he says we have to eradicate all life forms. He says not yet. We must be relentless. Wait, why did he say not yet? Glub glub? It's a fire. Oh, and it's in. Yo, it'd be crazy if this was like green blood and we didn't know. Cause like glub glub, I mean water, bubbles, but also like Vegapunk's brain was in something like this, no? Yo, this straight up is like a like wow. What am I? Why does this look so familiar? I mean, our nuclear stuff doesn't look like this. What? I feel like I watched something that I don't know why I'm thinking like Godzilla, but Mewtwo? Was Mewtwo in a circular thing? No, right? Wait, was Mewtwo? Whoa. Zoids? Nah. I'm gonna be going back. This is interesting. Um A and Moo? Okay, so it's a little fire thing. Yo, it's so. It's kind of small. How do they transport this? They talked about it like as a nuclear thing. So it's like underwater. This could make sense. Maybe there's more. Maybe there's a lot more science here than we realize. But why is there a door? You can go inside for what? How is this? What is fueling this? That I mean, that's. I mean, like. Well, we finally got the visual of it, which is important. Um, Last video talking about the Mother Flame, but can we plug any of this into? We don't know the color. It's just a fire. Where is this? It's just in Labo phase, just chilling in the middle. Like he didn't even. Did he even need to search? He just ran in. What happens if this container breaks? Does the island just explode? How do you make another one? Because they used one and they needed to replicate it. Because like if it was like a like Olympic flame, like a torch thing. Oh man, now I'm remembering the Olympics video. The flame. I made that before Egghead. Why did I? The Olympic flame. Oh, whoa! I completely forgot about that video. The like the eternal, like, wow, there's the eternal fire thing, but like the passing on of the flame, that's kind of important. But like, if it's in like a, if it was on like a candle, you could just like light up a match, walk over to another place. But that makes sense that like something so powerful you wouldn't be able to do that necessarily. But how do you, what do you do with this? All right. And then there's this. What is, like, why is this not okay? Like, not, it's not OCD, but like, why is it not centered? And why is it like straight? It's on a, it's like on a surface. It's not like on a curved surface, and it's like rounded, and it's just like, that would honestly make me mad. Like if I designed this and some hooligan just went straight like that. Like, hello? Can we get some symmetry? Not symmetry, but like frame it nicely. It looks like a, oh my god, whatever. S108. Damn, I'm gonna be like doing puzzles over the weekend. 8 and Moo. Moo's name being written here, Emu. Okay, you know what? Hold on, is that, okay, there's more. Okay. I shouldn't get ahead of myself though. Okay, me either. Okay. It's a funny looking fire. It's a little gimpy looking, no? It looks kind of whack. A little bit. No offense. It just looks a little whack. Is this water? Can he drink it? Can he tell us if this is water? The only way we can know is if he like taste tests. I'm also assuming it's not hot. Oh yeah. Wait, is it not hot? Because like, wouldn't the water be like boiling, evaporating, like gone? There'd be like a there'd be like, it wouldn't be just floating upwards like this. These bubbles would be floating like away, like with insane pressure, if this is water. Okay, let me not like put too much of the science stuff here. I'll save that for a video. Oh, and we skip. Oh, we go to the Iron Giant. This I'm talking about. Okay, this is dope. It's no use. Nothing's working. We got Iron Giant stuff. Finally. Does he say anything? So, I need Vegapunk to stop talking. I want to know about the Iron Giant now. And this is the important part. It's right after the flame that we get the Iron Giant thing, which is, go back to the last video. That's the, well, that technically that's not the important part. The important part, like whatever the energy source or whatever the energy looks like, that's less so what I was talking about in the video. It's more so like what's fueling the fire, which we still can't really, like, we don't know what Vegapunk's using. Like if it were Frankie, he'd be using Coca-Cola, right? Our world would be using gasoline. Iron Giant's using love or emotions or joy or whatever. It's no use. Nothing's working. Okay. Shouldn't get ahead of myself though. In order to understand, what is it? We didn't even phase it. Okay. Youch. That's hot. Dory Brogy. Okay. Where the world is ending. Okay, shouldn't get ahead of myself though. In order to understand where the world is heading, we'll be burned to a crisp if we don't hurry. So many conversations. Oh, and then there's Luffy. I almost missed Luffy. I almost lived. There's so much happening. My brain is going nuts. My brain is going nuts. Oh, and we jump. Oh, it's an emu. Okay. All right. Oh! We must first address the past, specifically what happened. between 900 and 800 years ago. Are we just a century long period that most think of as a blank part of history? Oh, this is actually important because like how like we know like Tentatas, we know like Cobra, we know like important people like pirates, they know, but like what about Kaya? What about Makino, right? Like what about these normal people? Do they like think about this? Do they know about this? Is it taught? I don't think so, right? So like even this is what I was talking about. Like Vagabond could literally say the base level stuff that we know, and it's a lot of it would still be shocking. Those miserable Marines, what are they doing? Hurry and shut this cretin's mouth. Oh, wait a second. We're getting Celestial Dragon. They're watching too? I guess it makes sense. Like, I guess Vegapunk can hack everywhere. Fittingly, it's known as the Void Century. And since all information about it has either been erased or lost, and that is true for the most part, but there is one last key to unlocking some scraps and echoes from back then. Yeah, we know. We know. Death is too good for him. Bring back his body. I'll tear him limb from limb. No, you won't. Oh, God. The Void Century. What is he talking? Oh my God, we skip. Wait. The Void Century, what is he talking about? Does there... No, there's no way, right? I thought that they told... Because, okay, that Void Century, that either means that, like, she knows, like, it's not a void to her, right? That she knows. But sounding like is like they only know after 800 years, which then how does a character like Doflamingo work, where then he goes to Dressrosa? The Tentatas have history. Like you don't even need stuff. Yeah, because that's it. So they just don't teach them that, but they go out, so they just don't learn. It's kind of like Wano in a way, where in Wano they taught when Kaido was there, they taught the kids that Odin was like a traitor. They didn't teach them any important things. It's the whole indoctrination thing we know plenty about. It's modern times, World War II times, seen it many times over. Huh. That's new information from like not new. It's like a new perspective that we could lock in. I feel like you could make a few theories just off of that. Wow. Okay. Okay, let me read coherently. Echoes from back then. The poneglyphs. Boom. Wow, he's just straight up saying poneglyphs. Dead. Someone kill him. Those lonely stones, lonely stones, dwelling in various quiet and calm lands all over the globe. The text inscribed on them. Oh, is he gonna out Wano? Once decoded is our one and only method of glimpsing this unknown past. So is he gonna rectify Ohara though? Is he gonna straight up? Because the world was told that they were researching the past, but like in the poneglyph stuff, but like how much they told the world that they want to revive the ancient weapons. I don't know how involved like the poneglyph stuff was there, right? Because the world government wouldn't want people to know that their ancient weapons existed and by reading the poneglyphs. But if you just said like, oh, they're researching how to revive them, that's different, right? It's interesting. We got to put that in perspective too. Oh, we're on Elbath. My God, I'm just like paying attention to the text so hard that I'm not like registering the pictures, and I like because like all this stuff is just like, yeah, we had Emu, I reacted, whatever. Charlia, like I don't really care. It's important. It could have been any Celestial Dragon. I was just like, oh, cool person, and then I was like, Dereshi, she, and I was like, wait, and I was like, oh shoot, that's Saul, and we're on Elbath, and he's just chilling outside, and he's not in bandages. Does this mean, wait a second, it'd be so funny if Oda just showed us like the other poneglyph right here and he was the man marked by flames. Oda's not showing us the front. Is it because he's marked by flames? He's really chilling though. Dang. I low-key want... Oh, man. Imagine Saul coming to Egghead. I mean, me and Sai talked about it, how traumatic it would have been. Like him going to another island that's being Buster Called. But now that we see that the Giants just steamroll everything, Saul showing up to save Robin against another Buster Call, against an Admiral in the Gorosei. Damn, that would have felt nice. And then Saul being the one to like make a path for the... for like Robin again, and then we get that panel, Robin's crying, she does the laugh again. Oh man, there's so many cool things that can happen. Okay. Hey, did you know? Okay, did I know what? Orangetown, East Blue. Orangetown, East Blue. Shoo. That way back when 20 Kings teamed up to create the world? Oh, it's a little kid. It's fine that she's reading like propaganda history written by the oppressors, but it's just, look at it. You love to see it. Reading. We need more kids reading. This is I wonder if this old timer knows about any of them. Wait, did she just... Who can say? What do you think, Choo Choo? I wonder if this old timer knows about any of them. Oh, she's talking about Vegapunk? That's so adorable. Hey, mister, you're talking about them, but did you know it's... Oh, man, that's so cute. That's so adorable. When, like, kids tell you, like, normal stuff, and then they like act like it's like new information, and you just like, yeah, wow, isn't that so cool? It's like when you water a plant, it grows, and you don't want to break their like wonder, so you're just like, wow, I didn't know that. That's so cool. Can you show me? And then they do it, and then it's like, wow, oh, that's so sick. That's so sick. Sorry, dad stuff coming out. Despite this, any attempts to decipher the poneglyphs is considered taboo by the world government, and so I felt compelled to commit my second... Is that Amazon? Sorry, I saw girls. I was like, wait. The radar was... I was like, wait a second, I skipped something important. Amazon Lily represent... Despite this, any attempts to decipher the poneglyphs is considered taboo by the world government, and so I felt compelled to commit my second sin. I betrayed the government and studied this forbidden era myself. Damn, dude. Like, you're not even... We're having to pleading the fifth, bro. You had the... Where's Miranda where you need her, bro? You have the right to remain silent, Vegapunk. How is anyone supposed to be your lawyer, dude? Oh, no. I can't protect you, Vegapunk, if you're just gonna spill the beans. What am I supposed to say here? It was all under duress. He felt compelled to commit his second sin. That means he wasn't in the right mind, Your Honor. Oh, no. So he's saying he made the energy, and because he made the energy. Oh, no. Because of the taboo, he felt compelled to commit his second sin. Got it. I was fortunate enough to inherit several documents from a certain group of exceptional archaeologists, and that say their name. Say their name. They're not what the world wants them to believe. Give them, rectify the situation. Say their name. They're Huarans. They did it. Several documents from a certain group of exceptional archaeologists, and that allowed me to decipher a number of poneglyphs. Okay, we're seeing Robin seeing it. Boom, boom, boom. I pursued this research as far as possible, and I have no regrets. History is a story, after all. Whose story? It's his story? Haha, haha. Whoa, the ground's moving. Which, you know, I never said... I open up all my videos with like a quote. I wanted to open up one of the videos with such a corny ass thing. His story is a story. Whose story? Blah, blah, blah. And there was that video where I was saying like the Void Sentry is named after Emu. We don't know. Well, at the time, we didn't know Emu's full name, obviously. But I was saying that the somewhere in Emu's name might be Void Sentry, and then later we found out Mu, blah blah blah. But shout outs to the Shadows theory. That Shadows theory keeps on giving, you know. Whoa, the ground's moving. Wait, what? They're on a cloud. What do you mean the ground's moving? The earthquake already happened. What are you talking about? Slink. Wait, so they're just chilling because Saturn just ran by them. That's crazy. Okay. Why can't Saturn web sling, dude? Wait a second. Oh, I'm sorry. What was I looking at? We must preserve the contents of that room? Yeah, I don't know why. I just realized he ran there, and I was just now it was playing in my head. Why wasn't he web slinging? I was like, wait a second, he's not in his form anymore. And I was like, why is he in his form? Oh, because they have to preserve the Mother Flame. They can't destroy it. And I was like, wait, he has to preserve the Mother Flame. How does he plan on doing that? Webs? Is he gonna like cocoon it? And then like this is such a crazy movement. Is he gonna maybe magic circle? Maybe he draws a magic circle and teleports it? Which is something I said to Sai last time, and I think he said that's dumb. And I was like, nah, what if they just teleported the whole lab? But like now the nuance is they could teleport what they need. And then Sai was saying like, no, what if they can only use it? But maybe he's just gonna teleport it. If he teleports York, this, and Punk Records, then and they confirm that the thing isn't there, they could destroy the entire island with no remorse. Huh. Sorry, that was I was like, wait a second, what is he trying to do? Like, because he left the Straw Hats. They said, let's eradicate everybody on the island. He runs the thing, but then what is his option? All right, whatever. Look. The clouds are stretching. Huh? This must be what Edison was talking about. That's right. With the edge of the clouds further out, we'll be able to leap right into the ocean. Y'all Strats better make it. Oh, wait. Oh my God. We see the actual thing. Is Oda gonna show us this? No, please. Oh my God. I think I did bring this podcast. We've never seen this. Like, what is making the clouds? I wanted to know this so badly because of my Pluton video. The cloud ship. We don't really see, but this is so important to me. Oda's blocking this thing. Why? I want to know what's making this thing. My God. Fine. Whatever. It's whatever. Okay, well, the cloud thing, it's funny because like Edison didn't need to do all this. Edison, it's smart, it's cool. I'm glad Edison did it. Now I understand why he jumped. I understand where he was going. That makes all perfect sense. But like Nami and Usopp both have the ability to make clouds. Usopp has the Milky Dial, and Nami has a sentient cloud Zeus that like flies and flew Big Mom. So like technically they don't need this. The Thousand Sunny's not like Big Mom is like Big Mom is like a third of the Thousand Sunny. Like we saw her on the ship. She's like a third. I'm sure Zeus, they just feed up Zeus, they could just fly away. But we respect it. Edison, smart idea. Glad you thought about it. Glad somebody thought. They also have that Vega tank thing that makes clouds. Vegapunk made that. And that was big enough, right? Like I guess Saturn climbed that. So like technically there's 3 ways. Vega tank, Usopp, Nami. And Edison had to just run out and do this. Fine, that's cool. I'm not mad. Interesting. Oh, double spread. This time I didn't look. All right. Damn, this chapter's long. What the heck? Are we good? Oh no, 50. I could have rushed and finished it at 60 minutes, and then I remembered I made it 56 minutes. No. And in truth, okay, we're looking at all the Egghead. I know a small fragment of this 100-year long tale. Ooh. Okay. It wouldn't be right to leave you with baseless speculation, so I'll limit myself to the facts as I note. We love it. Stick to the facts. Let's do this, Vegapunk. Let's compare notes, all right? The One Piece community versus Vegapunk. Let's begin. Enough, Straw Hat. It's point. What's Straw Hat doing? The star of this story. Oh, this is the last page. Okay. Was born 900 years ago. Born 900 years ago in a bountiful and advanced kingdom. And just like the legendary sun god Nika from the Fables of Elbaf, he too fought with a stretchy and elastic body. They called him Joy Boy. Stop it, you're cracking us up? Luffy's just on fire. Oh, this is back with the thing? He was the first man to take the seas? He was the first man to take to the seas? The first one to be called a pirate? What do you mean that's where we're ending? What do you mean? Is this the... Oh, the Shonen Jump editor. Shout out to all right. You guys know I always respect it when the Shonen Jump editor has a good note. The original pirate is that goes hard. That goes hard. I'm gonna end it at 1 hour and 56 seconds just for the memes of it. Let's see, let me try and get 000. Oh, I'm garbage. I jumped the gun. I was 16 off. Is that Emu? The gap between 56 and where I stopped it, 16 milliseconds? Crazy. Break week. Oh my god. All right, so that part I already kind of knew, but I didn't know because like how the golden week stuff mixed in, but we have break week. Thank God. Oh my god. Oh, I have so many videos. Oh my god. Oh, let me just reread this last part. Okay. That's a huge line. Joy Boy. Okay. This is important. This is something this, you know how many times people have called me out in comments of like, why are you saying it like this? It's just like this. I can't believe you're saying it like this. Whereas like I always chose to say it in a vaguer way, that saying Nika and Joy Boy could be separate people. And this, reading it again, the star of this story was born 900 years ago. That's huge. In the last video, I was breaking that timeline, and we don't know where to place Joy Boy in that timeline. Now, honestly, some of that video is a little bit, oof, damn. If we knew that he was born 900 years ago, that changes so much, because the Iron Giant was made 900 years ago. And he was born, and the important part was that they said that the Gorosei, and I talked about this in the last video, is that the Gorosei said the last time the fruit awakened was 800 years ago. So that means that it took Joy Boy had the Nika fruit, awakened it 100 years after. Oh, wait. Hold on. Was born 900 years in a bountiful and advanced kingdom, just like the legendary sun god Nika from the fables of Elbaf. He too fought with a stretchy, inelastic body. They called him Joy Boy. Interesting. So now the question is, was he born with the stretchy body, or is it from the fruit and they just don't? It'd be kind of like Bonnie, where Bonnie, she was experimented on, and when they received her, the scientists were like, this is the age fruit, blah blah blah. They made like names up and theories, but they didn't necessarily know. But the reality was that Bonnie was, so to say, like born, experimented on with that power. Joy Boy being an experiment. Was born 900 years in a bountiful and advanced kingdom, and just like the legendary sun god Nika from the fables of Elbaf. Wow, this is so loaded. Wow. Let me just check if Sai has not messaged. I'm not sure if we'll get Sai today, because of the way the chapter dropped. This probably is going to become one of the chapters I visit the most often. 1069 used to be that. I think a close second would be like 10. No, yeah, I think 1069 has been like one of the most, in like most of my videos refer back to 1069. This one is the new one. This is all my browsers are gonna remember chapter 1114. Wow. I'm gonna get to the chat in a second. I'm sorry, I just want to like, it's just crazy because like obviously like this statement right here, this alone, I'm not even talking about the whole chapter. I'm not talking about, like, I just forgot that Mother Flame was in this chapter. Mother Flame, the other stuff, I don't remember. We'll go back. I'm gonna go back. I just want to get my thoughts out. I want to like simmer down my brain real quick and just like speak about like what my, like, not my videos, but more so like why these lines are crazy, not just for me, but like everybody moving forward. I'm gonna get to the chat, but then I want to read all of what Vegapunk said without any interruptions, just straight up, and then then I'll go into super chats and stuff like that. So just want to appreciate all the people being here. If you liked the stream, I appreciate you. If you didn't, please like the stream. It is what it is. Whoo, my brain is jumping. Okay. 900 years ago, Advanced Kingdom, Laugh Tale. That's where my brain's going to. Legendary Sun God Nika, Fables of Elbaf. Okay, so that's important because if you guys go back to like my Shadows theory, if you guys go back to my Devil Seed user theory, my idea was that Nika was an entity, and from Nika there came a devil fruit that now Luffy has, and in between that was a person, either Joy Boy or Nika or any other name. I think we talked about this actually with I think in the podcast last podcast was talking about like the name and what it means to me. And so basically what I said there is that I think that the name Joy Boy is a nickname, and they're saying they called him Joy Boy, but it's a nickname. And the reason why I was saying that is from a long time ago, this idea came up from chapter 1083 when Ivankov called Sabo Flame Boy. I told Sai, and I think it was in reaction, saying that it could be that an Ivankov parallel character, and now I have a video that's coming out soon. Maybe I shoot it up now because we could talk more about it. A character like Ivankov in the past stayed and told the stories, and I think comments are saying like, oh, that person was probably Usopp. I have a completely different person, because Ivankov calls Luffy Straw Hat Boy. So like in the past there's someone like that called him Joy Boy. So it's a nickname, just like how Luffy on every island, he has a different name. On Wano, he's known as Joy Boy because they don't know who saved, the masses don't know. They call him Joy Boy. Dressrosa, they call him Lucy. Some places call him Luffy. Tontadas call him Luffy Land, right? So he has different names all over, but the one that persisted, Joy Boy. And that's important for two reasons. I won't get into now, but go back, the ancient kingdom, born there 900 years ago, which kind of implies that the kingdom was already advanced, was already bountiful. Being born is interesting because you'd like to think that it's like straight up natural biology, but like Oda has used that wording for the automata in Enel's cover story. He said that the automata were born there at that time. Those are like robots. So born could be, in Oda's context, it could be a robot. I would imagine Oda would say the Seraphim were born. So like if Joy Boy was a experimentation, which I'm saying that because I know that there's a few people with theories on that front. I haven't personally made theories on that, but you know, those theories were always pretty solid. And then considering my last video, though I wasn't saying the whole like experimentation thing, I did say that like Luffy's hair is symbolic of the dynamic power source. His hair is what the source would look like, and large, probably powered by the same thing. It's just in human form. So that's interesting because that kind of supports that. But then the Nika part, the fables kind of line up with like the Noah stuff. The Noah stuff from the video. Other people have covered this, I'm sure. Like, or at least specifically in my last video, it was talking about the how in the Bible, in the Quran, and the Abrahamic religions in general, the Adam and Eve had a lifespan of 1,000 years. And as the descendants went down, as you went down the line, the lifespan decreased to like Moses was 120 years old when they died, right? And so I was talking about that in the light of giants having longer lifespan and ancient giants having longer lifespan. So the giants having sun god Nika is really interesting because that could be like 5,000 years ago, maybe. You know what I mean? Like that could be a long time ago. That's interesting, and that would apply like the tree on Ohara technically is 5,000 years old. So the tree on Elbaf older, huh? Which is, oh, man, there's so much. And then he too fought with a stretchy, elastic body. Did Nika have that at birth or to develop it? Or is it because of Nika that he got the stretchy body? He was the first man to take to the seas, the first one to be called pirate. That's interesting. Seas existing 900 years ago. That's interesting. There's a lot of nuance behind that. Can't fully explain all my thoughts on that because of like, there's like a video that panels referencing. If you guys have watched my Void Century video talking about like the world flood, the world ice age, that kind of stuff, that Void Century video, then you know, contextualizing this with that would be really important. But I think most important is that if Nika was born 900 years ago, he was born at the start of the Void Century. That's wild. Which makes sense because if he had been born before and the legends had started before, then the Tantaras, O'Hara, they would have the names because they have the history before 900 years, but they don't have the gap. But both of them have said they have like long, like I think the Tantaras literally say they have really good records of that time before the Void Century. So Nika being born during it is really, really important. Wow. Interesting. It almost makes it sound like whatever happened, Nika had to reverse? But was the world government at fault, or was it his own government? Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, there's a lot. It might not even seem like a lot, but like this change, like it's not, it doesn't change. I think there's a lot of theories that currently exist that I imagine in the coming weeks or months, depending on the creators' times or you guys on Reddit or wherever you guys post theories in Discord, it's going to be a time where you guys use this information to then evolve your theories, because Oda gave us some like groundbreaking information that like we couldn't really say for certain, but now that we can say for certain, this like starting point, we're gonna start getting some good ideas. I'm not saying they weren't good before, but I'm saying like everything's gonna start feeling pretty tasty. And Oda's doing his patented the void thing, which I talked about last time on the podcast. Is like Oda's been in interviews talking about how that's his bread and butter when it comes to writing, creating voids in the stories. He's done it with every single arc, has a void that he skips and then he revisits and it recontextualizes the future. And this is one of the craziest ones. Okay. Been waiting all week to send this to you, ParVision. Check DMs. All right, give me a second. Let me see. And then I'll check the chat and then I'll read everything all in one. Let me just double check size not come in. Enel cover story. The flame on the right looks like it's underwater. Original ancient energy source. Okay. Oh, you circle the thing on the right. It's underwater here. Let me pull it up so you guys can see it. It is chapter 472. Let me see. It might be 80s, 480s. Let me see. 472. Let's see where we're at with that. That's definitely the Enel cover story, but oh, there we go. Yeah, I was just like, yeah, no, it's in Thriller Bark, mainly because of Shadow Theory. I remember this, or the Void Century theory, not the Shadow Theory. So you guys can see. So 3-Day circled this. So this being the fire up here, this we've talked about. I think a lot of people talked about like ancient weapon, whatever the thing Emu has. There's a lot of explanations for this, but then the other thing that you circled was this, which I don't know necessarily. It seems like there's another one over here, so it could be, but also technically this would be the moon. This would be the moon. So like, because the automata stayed here, the winged ones. These are the Shandians and the various winged races. They came down to the earth, down, and they brought with them this thing. Very interesting. It's still weird why they use balloons. But if you guys know, I've definitely talked about this cover story so many times because the Void Century one. This is the cover story where, like I told Joy Boy about it, in our last collab, that this is probably the only time where Oda showed us, like, not in a flashback, not in like silhouettes, like actually what the a pre-Void Century world looked like. And it's here, and I talk about it in the Void Century, or not the Void Century, the Void Century video. I believe, what chapter would that be? There's so much here though. That would be what, 462? No, 461? 461. Let's try that. Ghostbuster. Back. Oh, it's 50s? No. Is that far off? 454. 454 then. Let's try that. Right here, Humming Swordsman. Damn it. You win some, you lose some. This is it. This, if you guys go watch that Void Century again, a Void Century video again, 3-day if you want to link it, this is the thing. And it's colored in the other one, but like Karakuri Island being a spring island, summery island, and the water all here level with the island. We've seen the island in Frankie's past. We've seen it just recently now, and again here. And the point being that this flashback isn't modern times. It cannot be modern times. There's no way it can be. There's no world where it should be. But that's a conversation for a different thing. Interesting. Everybody's different, but yeah, that's, I mean, that, Lucas, that's what I've been talking about, like in videos. Like when I would say that vaguely, because the Devil Seed user theory that came before we even had Nika, but then when I said like, oh, this works with the idea that Nika is the seed and Joy Boy ate that fruit later on and Luffy now has it, people would be like, oh, your theory is so dumb and so wrong because they were the same person, blah blah blah. How are you, your reading comprehension is so bad, blah 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 blah. And it's like I'm not I'm not like saying that in like as response to that. I'm not saying you're wrong, I'm right. I'm saying it doesn't have to be that way. It could be either way. You could be right or I could be right. But now we know there's less chance that there wasn't a person before, because now they're saying there's fables of Elbaf, of legendary Nika. So it's really interesting. But what was I saying? There's something else I was saying. Doflamingo's talking about the moon. Ubsy Wubsy. That'd be interesting. Unlucky Emperor, appreciate you watching the last video. Sorry, I was just catching up with Twitch chat. Go to chapter. Chosen! How you doing? Let me... Chosen, I appreciate you popping in. What do you think the A and mu means in the mother name? I'm not sure yet. I'd have to look. And so the fun fact, ampersand, that sign is like a it's like it's a weird thing to say, but like we've all doodled in school, middle school, high school, whatever. I like that symbol so much, I'd always just doodle it. And like I don't know the full ampersand like origin, whatever. Ampersand, like the only thing I could think of like ampersand in text, like if Oda was doing coding, like if he was doing coding stuff, then there's, but usually it's ampersand then the words, like in some like you can sometimes see it in URL. Let's look. This chapter doesn't have it. Let's see if this website has any. No. See, you can see it in URLs sometimes. Oh yeah, right here. Like if you Google something, it's like timer and GS. It's like there's a meaning to ampersand in the thing, and it, like so ampersand kind of replaces like a like I think it usually means like a space in coding. It can be recognized in different ways. That's at least what I'm thinking. I'm trying to think of like the origin of ampersand. Shorthanding symbol. I guess there was like a text version before. Like I don't know if, yeah, let's just Google this. Ampersand etymology. I love etymology. Let's see. Ampersand etymology. Per se. Let's see. This one. Oh yeah, ampersand. Ampersand. So like per se. The word sand being in there is interesting. Amp is in there. Very interesting. I don't know how much wordplay Oda's doing this. I mean, he did flat out say it's mother flame now, so there's English there, laugh tales English, whatever. Character of himself and hybrid phrase Latin. Latin word et. Roman, different symbols, something like a reversed capital gamma. Reversed capital gamma to indicate et. Et. A number 7 indicates the word and. So A7 mu. Marcus Tullius Tiro. Cicero's scribe. Cicero. That's interesting. I'll be looking more into this for sure. But ET, so AETMU, atmu. Maybe it's meant to be separate. A-ET-mu. I'm gonna be plugging this in for sure. The reverse capital gamma is interesting too. Number 7's interesting. Could be all of them. The letters A, I, and O also formerly 15th century to 16th century. Sometimes were written A per se. A per mu. A per mu. A per se. A per se mu. A per se mu. Ampersand. No. Dang. This reminds me, like, oh man, we used to do so many idioms in school, like word image what are they called? Word puzzles or whatever, based on idioms. Feel like this might be one of those. But yeah, let me see. Atamu. I think it's a play on Atamu. Oh, could it? 2. So use a 7 in Irish. Huh. That's interesting. That's really cool. It's atom, atom mu, or one can say atomic mass unit. But where does the atom mu? My first, someone said a moo from League of Legends. Amu, like amu in Bangla we say amu for mom. That's where my brain kind of goes. Eat me or moo. Interesting. Is an ongoing theory that ancient drawing Nell is looking at is also the mother flame. Yeah. E equals MC squared equals mu. A equals mu. Interesting. And equals 2 in Japanese. Oh. 8 tamu. Read my super chat. All right. Yeah, I'll get to the super chats. Let me just do one thing, and then I'll just hop directly in the super chats. I just want to read this all the context that Vegapunk said, just coherently, just so it goes to my brain. Because again, that last page is insane. Okay, let's start here. Vegapunk, boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna do it really fast, guys. It's not gonna take an hour. Trust me. Okay. Please humor me for a moment as I make a prediction. Assuming my sensor data is accurate, a few days from now, as I record this, an exceptionally vicious earthquake will rock the entire planet. We got the idea of that, okay. Following this calamity, sea levels the world over will rise by 1 meter. A number of islands will become uninhabitable, and naturally, many beaches will also be completely submerged. If this doesn't come to pass, feel free to disregard the rest of this message. Assuming, however, these events have transpired, then please pay heed to what I have to say. The earthquake I just predicted cannot, strictly speaking, be considered a natural phenomenon. That was a huge one. I remember now. Noted. That was one of the things I just forgot because the last page. Perfect. Okay, natural phenomenon, not one. Okay, cool. I've always naively yearned for peace and prosperity. And that brought us to what proved to be my first grave sin. So grave sin was the energy source. Interesting. I was fixated on my dream of developing an everlasting energy source hell-bent on driving the world to a bigger and brighter future. But I flew too close to the sun. Okay, so energy source sin. That's the second important thing. I shouldn't get ahead of myself, though. In order to understand where the world is heading, that's, it's funny because that's straight up just from I it's not a crazy line, but I think that's in the first 2 minutes of my last video. In order to see where the world is heading, we must first address the past, which is, point of the video. Specifically, what happened between 900 and 800 years ago, which is technically what I said in the video, but a century-long period that most think of as a blank part of history. Fittingly, it is known as the Void Century since all information about it has either been erased or lost, and that is true for the most part, but there's one last key to unlocking some scraps and echoes from back then. The poneglyphs, those lonely stones dwelling in various quiet and calm lands all over the globe. The text inscribed on them, once decoded, is our one and only method of glimpsing this unknown past. That's a lie. That's a straight up scam. That's a lie. 100%. I'll tell you why after I'm done reading. Straight up scamming me, bro. Scammer. Despite this, any attempts to decipher the poneglyphs is considered taboo by the world government, and so I felt compelled to commit my second grave sin. I betrayed the government and studied this forbidden era myself. There's something interesting. Sorry. Ooh. I was fortunate enough to inherit several documents from a certain group of exceptional archaeologists, and that allowed me to decipher a number of poneglyphs, blah, blah, blah. I pursued he didn't say O'Hara, not real for that one. History is a story after all, blah, blah, blah. And then boom. Okay. And in truth, I only know a small fragment of this 100-year-long tale. It wouldn't be right to leave you with baseless speculation, so I'll limit myself to the facts as I know them. The star of this story was born 900 years ago in a bountiful and advanced kingdom. And just like the legendary sun god Nika from the fables of Elbaf, he too fought with a stretchy and elastic body. They called him Joy Boy. He was the first man To take to the seas, the first one to be called a pirate. In Japanese, how is first man written? Because would we be saying like this is a little racist? Is Lunarian is king, like, are we saying like, is he man or is he Lunarian man? Like, does man indicate in the One Piece world like human? And does that like involve minks and like fishman? Or is it like giants? Like, what does man mean here? That's kind of important. Ichiban Kaizoku? Ichiban? Interesting. Fishmen are not humans? Well, they ain't fish. It said man as in the gender. Ooh. Now, Pandaman is a panda. I can't be convinced otherwise. Well, the thing is, so like, all you separatists, the rest of the world, besides the, celestial dragons in the world government, they don't like minks don't see humans as, they don't see minks as a different species or different race entirely. Humans are just less hairy minks. Fishmen can procreate with humans, right? 200 years ago, they fought for the rights to be treated the same as humans in that way. And the sliding scale, I think, like, sort of ends with the giants because, like, they aren't, like, I don't know if the giants, I think it's primarily lifespan contingent, but like buccaneer, right? Because like the first one be called a pirate. Is that just the buccaneers then? That's just the tribes. So he's the first buccaneer. First one be called a pirate. We kind of already surmised this when like the Kuma stuff happened. So then Kuma's Bible isn't of Joy Boy? Is it of the Nika from Elbaf? Interesting. Gotcha, immersion. Nothing about his race. Cool. I don't think Kuma's Bible is related to. Well, it has to be. Whose story is it of? Is it of the original one or is it of the Void Century one? Because that's important. And I'm going to get a super chat because the one thing that I was going to say is Vegapunk's scamming here, right here, where he says, the one and only method of glimpsing this unknown past is on the poneglyphs. That's not true. That's not true. Unless Vegapunk spoke to the Sea Kings and he spoke to Zunisha. Nah, dude, no way. Because Zunisha and the Sea Kings they know, unless they got memory wiped. They're from before. Like, Shirahoshi can talk to them. I'm not saying that what's it called? Like, it's the one. I'm not saying from Vegapunk's standpoint it's the one and only. I'm just saying that there are other ways. He's scamming here. And the other part of the scam, which is what I'm trying to figure out, is that because Kuma's story is about a fabled Nika, he knew it as Nika, the warrior, the stretchiness. Was that Nika the Elbaf legends? Or was it the Void Century legends of like when Joy Boy existed and he was like Nika? And so then would Kuma's Bible be a fictional retelling of what happened then. It's just not seen as the real history because no one can verify it. So it could be that like whatever Kuma has or whatever word of mouth he has from his dad from the Buccaneers, that could be the other method. And the other thing is in my Nolan video, I talked about how there's technically other ways. Voice of all things is primarily the driver for that, but yeah, technically if Shirahoshi just sat down and asked the Sea Kings, I might make this a video. I might make this a hit piece. And here's what I was going to bring up before. Now, when the Sea Kings say, it is chapter 647, right? 647, is that it? Pathason, where is it? Donde estalo? Stop, 648. There we go. Right here. Birth. Oh no, it's a 967. 968. God damn it. Here. Birthing is at hand. The day the two sovereigns shall meet again. We have been waiting for so long. It's almost here, and surely all will go well this time. So like now we can surmise that the Sea Kings were probably talking about like not that there was like, I think not that this is like particularly new information, but like in between now and then, like 800 years ago and then, you could have used these lines and said like maybe there was another person, because they said a few hundred years. We don't know what that means, right? The Sea Kings were most likely talking about the previous time, Joy Boy 900 years ago. The whales are delighted. It's almost here. We've been waiting so long. Surely all go well this time. All right. I'm done adding context. I could add more to context, but let me go to the super chats because they've been sitting for a long time. This chapter is crazy. I'm sure you guys have a lot of stuff to add. Oh my god, wait, hold on. Yo, Pirate King Trig with the 10 gifted subs. One, I appreciate you. Two, you hit a lot of dope people in the community. You even gifted Pavlo bot, an OG too. Wow, nice hit. And then another 5. Thank you, Pirate King. Thank you, Pirate King Trig. I appreciate you so much. Means a lot. Helps a lot. Yeah, and I'm gonna be the last video I posted early for my members as audio only. So basically like half the editing's not really done, and I just upload the audio so you can hear the theory, and then when the video is edited, then it gets posted public. It was a 60-minute video, but this time I rushed it, so it took like 2 days or 3 days. I could have posted the audio earlier, but whatever. I'm hoping to do that more and more as time comes. So yeah. Secret Turtle subscribed. Appreciate you. Stone Jackson joining as a visionary member. Appreciate you. Thank you for joining. Yeah, a lot more members content. There is still old videos that are members only, like the part 2 to the Beatles theory, the One Piece theory in general. Fiso, €2 super chat, says ampersand, or the and symbol, can be read as 2 in Japan, so it's probably Atamu. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, you guys brought that up. I'm seeing it now. Atamu. Atomic. Atamu is interesting, right? Because it's like, hmm, Mu's involved. Void. Why? And then it's like, then Oda, if that is the case, then Oda's opening the door for how versatile he can be with wordplay here with Mu. Because like I remember when I made my Ancient Kingdom name video. Now I admit in the video, and I admit now, that I have a different idea of what the name could be. In that video, I explicitly said I'm playing devil's advocate here, that Emu was from the Ancient Kingdom and was kind of like a Bonnie, that a Bonnie character that came from Vegapunk's situation in a world where Vegapunk screwed up Bonnie's dad. She's traumatized. She doesn't know what really happened. Vegapunk created a void in time because he doesn't want to explain what happened. She has to then look at the true history of her dad, who is a now this video didn't have the context of like Buccaneers and stuff like that, but I can now apply this logic that she had to look at the true history of a Buccaneer to then realize Vegapunk wasn't a villain. She forgives Vegapunk, but all the meanwhile beforehand, before looking at history, hated Vegapunk. And so basically, I explained this in my collab with Randy that was right after this video, but you can get the nuance in the video, that the idea being that what if Emu was from the Ancient Kingdom and she was like Bonnie and she hated the Ancient Kingdom for messing up her life for the sake of science and advancement. And so the Ancient Kingdom being more aligned with Mu, this, again, keep in mind, this is before we knew about Emu, Nerona, that stuff, all that stuff. But like the Mother Flame being tied to Emu, if A and Mu, Atamu ties to Emu, that all adds to it. But part of what I was saying is that the Ancient Kingdom's name might be a play on Emu's name, like either Emu Kingdom or Imagination Kingdom. That was the point. And the larger point was that whatever Emu's name is in the kingdom, it would be a relation to Void Kingdom, Empty Kingdom. And there was so much wordplay from the Empty Throne, the Void Century, Emu's name, all this stuff. And the point being is that Emu being a part of that, getting rid of it, not wanting to see it, blah blah blah, all those things, it could line up. And then the irony is that her father, or the true histories, they were the creators, they were a part of it, and doesn't want the world to know their association with it, etc., etc. And the point, the other part of it was that in my Shadows theory, I was talking about how Void Century being named after Emu. Again, at the time, I didn't know that Mu meant void. I was just saying that Emu might somehow mean void. And then when we got Emu's name, that's when like the scans and whatever were saying like, oh, Mu means void, blah, 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 blah. And then the point connects to everything. It's like, oh, the throne, the century, Emu, maybe the kingdom, maybe the powers, maybe all the stuff. And now it's like Atamu, A and Mu. Maybe A is something else. A and Mu. There's a lot of wordplay there. Oh man, I love when Oda does that. I love wordplay stuff, but I also hate it because it's like if you were to do a puzzle in real life and you completed said puzzle, you have a thing, and then you ask for the answer. Imagine you not being able to get the answer. Imagine having to wait like years to figure out if you got the answer. That's what's happening here. Well, we probably won't know for a long time. Especially because it's not something that was mentioned in the thing. It was just in the background. But the Mu Kingdom is the Moon Kingdom, the Void Kingdom in a void. Could be. be. Moon is moon. But you see, like, that's where Max, like, that's part of wordplay. Phonetics is huge in, or not phonetics, is not syllable was what? Yeah, phonetics, right? The sound. Japanese has an entire symbol system on phonetics. So in line with that, that's why not just One Piece, but most Japanese core media, comedy, whatever it is, it's all skewing pronunciations to mean like 6 different things, right? Like I just came across one oh man, I'm forgetting it. It was something like a word that could mean like something happy also means like to pass away, so you don't say that word, and it's like then the word also has the for in it, so it's she, and then you can pronounce it in a different way, and it's like that's half of like Japanese stuff. Like it's not just in One Piece, it's like Detective Conan has it all too, but which they talk about in their interviews, and not just in Japanese either. I mean, we could look at the rap beef that just happened. Half of like Kendrick's bars are slightly mispronounced versions of the word, and it's to mean something else. And it's like you could sit back and be like, oh, this dude doesn't know how to pronounce this word, this dude doesn't know how to spell this word. But no, it was done intentionally because he wanted to mean 3 different things all at once. And so in this world where it's like a and mu, like Oda could have just done atamu spelled out all in English, just like Mother Flame, but he chose to put the ampersand. So that means that maybe there's another meaning you could derive from ampersand. So like in the same light with the Moon Kingdom and MUUN, it could be that that is what Oda's doing. And the other part is Oda's actually had like SBS's and interviews where he's, one of them he used English. He used English with I talked about this on one of my watch parties, that people don't like my elemental hockey thing, and my joke is it's like mental hockey. Mental is like a English word, it's the mental state of somebody. It's like, why would Oda do that? Why would he use English, blah blah? He has an SBS where he uses mental as a or instrumental, and he breaks up the word instrumental, and all of his puns are English puns. Yeah, it was, he used instrumental, instrumental, instrumental. One of them meant soup, one of them meant in store something, and then the other one meant instrumental. And he did, I think, 3 or 4 puns. And the people in my in the watch party were like, you know, it is a surprising thing to realize, like, yeah, Oda's was doing puns in English in his chapter notes, which is why it's important to read the chapter notes, but also just being open with like what kind of puns Oda's doing. He's definitely given us more than not to say that he's man deserves a Pulitzer Prize. Come on, guys, we need to give him one. Does Oda have one? Does Oda not have one? When does he get put up for oh yeah, the soup. Yeah. You Nolan, I don't know if you were there, but yeah, that one of them was about soup, a type of soup. But Brandon King, $2 super chat, also saying and is 2 in Japan, so Atamu nuclear. Yep. Which this is a messed up reference, but what was it? One of the, like, there was Fat Boy and Lil Boy, right? 2 bombs to be dropped, right? Wasn't one of them Fat Boy or Fat Kid? I'm sorry, this sounds bad, but you know. Those were the names they chose. They chose those names. But let me see. Red's Me Name, $5 super chat, says A and Mu might be Adam and Emu. Yeah, it crossed my, because like Atamu, Adamu, right? Like it crossed, but like I need to think more about it, right? Mu being Eve would be crazy. Emu being Eve would be really, I mean, go back to my last video and look at the comment that I left, and maybe you have an idea what I was going to talk about. But it wasn't necessarily this. Like, I wasn't going to assign a person to it. I didn't need to. Maybe I could now. A and Mu might be Adam and Emu. Would be in Oda's wheelhouse going biblical. Yes, Adam being Joy Boy's real name, and Emu being Eve. Not opposed to it. Not like as far as the spectrum of meanings, A and Mu, if it's Adamu, right? Like it, like the thing is, technically it might not even be a reference to Mu. It could just be the Japanese pronunciation of Adam. You would pronounce it Adamu, technically. And instead of putting the katakana, you put the ampersand. So like there's that world too. So this is one of those things where I'm like, I'm not opposed to it. I could see it. I'm probably going to be thinking about it. I might even use it in the next thing, considering, again, if you know what my last video is about, you connect it to what I alluded to in the comments, you put it together, you get a cool idea, I think. It's not going to be a long... I pray to God it's not a long video. Please, please, Par, don't make me edit a long video. Reds me name another $5 super chat. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Also, the Iron Giant being at the end of the chapter, being unharmed, makes me think that the broadcast Denden Mushi being hidden by Vegapunk via chapter 1066 and 1067. You know, technically, I'm gonna, like, this is the first time that, like, I've, in the conversation with me and Sai, I hadn't thought about the Iron Giant being where the Denden Mushi is, right? But there's two reasons why that's interesting. Because one, if the Ancient Kingdom made it, then it, they couldn't destroy it in the past, right? Because they were ordered to destroy it, but like they didn't do it. So that could allude to like, why didn't Celestial Dragons just wipe it there? Maybe they couldn't. They wanted to destroy it and tear it down, take it apart. Maybe that's significant because it's something that they can't necessarily destroy. So that would also mean that it's one of the safer places to put said thing. So that supports your idea. I would like that, because then it's like, yeah, Iron Giant unscathed in the fire, all this mess, 900 years of history. If it were me, if I want to put something safe, I would choose something that survived almost a millennia, right? Great place to save something. Second thing is, the Celestial Dragon, not the Gorosei, are like, there's no unique voices. Mars said that there's no more unique telepathic sounds anymore. What was the Iron Giant doing then? Because the Iron Giant spoke. Like, I would imagine when the Iron Giant spoke, would the Gorosei not be able to like hear the telepathy of that? Maybe it wasn't telepathy. Maybe it was just inner thoughts. It sounded like, I feel like I remember it's speech bubble, but I don't know. Because yeah, it would be a good place to hide it, and then they'd have to fight the Iron Giant. I like the idea. It's trying to teleport. Yeah, he was half inside. Yeah, I saw it. Oh damn, my phone's about to die. Hold on. This is my old phone. Let me see. All right, I like the idea. UV City 1 with the $5 super chat says, do you think the robot is going towards the fire? Also, that fire might somehow be self-sustaining and burning infinitely into itself. Yeah, there's like two things, because this was a funny joke. Though the concepts are connected in my last video, the joke is separate, where I remember when, oh, my phone died. Great. Cool. Let me pull it up here. When I was talking to Sai on a podcast, I was saying like when the Iron Giant finally stood up, because remember, Sai brought up the idea that the Iron Giant was paraplegic, like it didn't have legs, and maybe that's why it wasn't standing up. Then it stood up. Like we still do we see its legs here? We don't, right? Technically, still don't see the legs, but like we assume it's it's stomping. It's stomping. We see that. And so the point being that what was I saying? Oh, when it stood up, the one thing that was like major was that Luffy just exploded the nuclear booger bombs that Saturn threw out, and then there was a fire, and then they were running from the fire, and then the Iron Giant stood up. And it's weird because like the Iron Giant is standing up and no one's acknowledging it. The Gorosei at the minimum should, but then I was like, maybe it's just fire. Maybe it's just the fires lighting it up. But like if it was just fire, then Vegapunk's really dumb, because this fire is just not anything special, right? So like what, Vegapunk didn't he literally said everything's energy source can be converted into fire. It boggled my mind if Vegapunk didn't just try to set this thing on, like start a fire around it. Whatever, fine, cool. But what was I saying? And also the other part is, that's why earlier when I was reading the chapter, I was like, man, Oda's showing us how the clouds are made on Egghead's really important, because I was like, what if the fire's down there and that's what's creating the thing and powering the entire island? But now we know that the mother flame's on top and there's something else down below, so like that also separates this fire thing. It's interesting. As far as what's powering the ancient giant, I still like my last video, obviously, but not opposed to other ideas. See, Red's me name $20 super chat says Pew tweeted last week. Oda. Oh yeah. I mentioned this at the beginning of the stream. No, during. That's why I went over, guys, because I was trying to give you guys the details about this. Yeah, this is Pew tweeted this. Oda revealed that the world is sinking by mistake. Japanese people knew chapter 1085, Lily's message hidden because they contain spoilers, raising the flag of the dawn in a sinking world. Yep. Appreciate you. Yeah, exactly that. And that's a lot of the reason why the natural phenomenon thing that Vegapunk pointed out that's not natural phenomenon, or at least he surmises much, is really interesting, because 800 years ago, Lily already knew that the world was sinking. She didn't need this earthquake that just happened. She didn't need any of that. So we'd have to figure out what they knew. And then the other part of it, this is the part that's in probably, I'm not going to say it's the next video because it's a longer video. The video is originally going to be defending my standpoint that like Sai, that counters what Sai and I were talking about last time, where it's like he thinks that the flood already happened. And I don't think that the flood didn't happen, but I don't think that the flood is grander or different, or it's not crazier than what's about to happen, is what I'm gonna say. And then you add what Lily said, because that came out after me and Sai recorded, was that the world had been sinking already before, or already perceived to be sinking. And then you tie that to Joy Boy's decree of like, not decree, but like whatever the Roger Pirates saw at Laugh Tale, they prepared. And it's like, what could have been known from that true history that would have figured this out? And it's like, if it's not a natural phenomenon, that's really interesting, because that changes a lot of like, it seems so small, but it's not, because it's like, if I don't know how to describe this, but like him saying it's not a natural phenomenon means it's like tectonic plates shifting. That would be considered a natural phenomenon, right? Like like the climate. Okay, one thing that I could say is like climate change. A lot of people say that like, oh, like it's nothing new, it's natural for our climate to go into ice ages and blah blah blah, and like they use that defending point. but I don't think climate scientists would say that it's fully unnatural. It's not unnatural. The part that they're worried about is that we're accelerating it. But it's like, you wouldn't necessarily say like, oh, this is completely unnatural that these things are melting because the temperature is slowly increasing, the water levels slowly increasing. That's not unnatural. It's not unscientific, right? Versus it kind of sounds like it, like when I think about this, I think like, I don't know, like, yeah, like the flood theories, like Noah's Ark and the various flood theories around the world where God was mad at the humans that they created and try to wipe them out, right? Which is, you know, we talk about that in the video that now I'm going to start shaving off parts because you don't really need it with Vegapunk saying this, but we'll still include it. It is interesting. Let me see. Lonely Mage, $10 super chat says, Joy Boy, the first pirate, the One Piece, the first pirate's treasure, huge. And get this, the One Piece is the first pirate booty, which is why you guys need to check out that booty theory that has Nami in the thumbnail. It's very important for all of this, 100%, because it's so important. First pirate. This is Joy Boy's booty, dude. We are searching for Joy Boy's booty 100%. Booty is treasure, and that's what we gotta look. Will the booty fix the world? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Booty. He was the first pirate. That's interesting. It's like, because I guess like we'd have to go back in time and figure out when the word pirate came into play, right? Because like, does that mean that no one was fishing? Like, who's the first fisherman? You know what I mean? They're legendary to me. To me, that's like what I was saying. Like, Noah's technically the first shipwright, first one to make a boat, technically, like theoretically, I guess. Yeah, like in some context, it's just a wood box. Sometimes it's a wood coffin. Sometimes it's a boat. Depends on which understanding you go for. But yeah, he's a shipwright. Damn. What was the first boat? Oh, oh yeah, then the Noah is the first boat then, no? That would be crazy. Hmm. Lonely Mage, you just I got a whole idea. You'll see it. It all came down to marketing. You're great marketing. Alejandro Solis, $2 super chat says, you think that Charlia was changed by Mosgard? No. I don't think, maybe it's possible, but I don't think so. I think like what Oda would be doing with Charlia is would be kind of what Clover was saying. Like, it's natural for humans to want to know about their origins, right? And so if you leave people in the dark, they'll fill in the blanks. But if you give people this information, they'll naturally want to know. Like, barring it is like to summarize what Clover was essentially saying is like, hiding history is inhumane in a way. And I think what Oda's demonstrating here is that even from the side of oppressors, the oppressor, the superior side, the people that believe themselves to be a creed above, a degree apart, whatever you want to call it, they're human too, and they're not victim, but they're plagued with the same curiosity that all people have. So, and that part is like the human stuff that, like, you know, when Saturn says like, oh, says like, oh, they're all insects. So it's like, well, you guys have the same instincts as an insect. So I that's the way I'm looking at it right now. And I like this route because they're like you were saying though, like a Mosgard or like a Don Quixote situation, where you see characters turn coat away from their origin, the way they were raised. Some of it, like Mosgard's situation, came from actually interacting with somebody and getting past the perceived discrimination and from that stem from ignorance, right? And then homing's like another version of something like that. But then in this case, it would be separate of that. It's like you could come to the same conclusion as long as you're willing to change your worldviews through history, through talking, through traveling, through becoming a pirate, through studying. Like Nolan, he just wanted to look at plants. My man just wanted to study plants and you know, and look what the world did to him. You know, like doesn't matter what you try to do, doctor, botanist, pirate, fisherman, whatever. You dive deep enough, you get to a connection point, and people forget that. And I think that's where the One Piece world is, right? Everyone's gonna find their connection in Nika or the Void Century. Will of Davy, $10 super chat says, amazing chapter. I'm not sure if I'm the first. I'm sure. Oh no, I'm not. Oh my god, my dyslexia. When I start fumbling words like this, it's because like my brain is moving so fast. I'm so excited that I just can't read anymore. I'm sure I'm not the first to say this, but the Eternal Flame looks an awful lot like Luffy in Gear 5. He is absolutely tied to the Endless Power Source, and it isn't just sunlight. Will of Davy, check out my last video. It's funny you say that though, because I looked at the motherfucker, I said this is kind of gimpy, but that makes sense because Vegapunk's version should be gimpy compared to the Luffy version, right? But yeah, like damn, I want to know what happens if like that mother flame is used to cook food. Like what if Sanji uses the mother flame to cook food? Oh my god. What would happen? What if Zoro forged a blade using mother flame? Would it be a black blade? Like that's another thing that's answered by my last video, but like it's so cool when you think about it. Like it sounds so simple, but it also is not. It's cool. But an important thing is you said it isn't just sunlight. That's fair, but like I think Oda would be combining it. And the reason why I'm saying that is because Lilith said that Vegapunk theorized an undying fire that was like the sun and that they could create it. They just couldn't figure out like the functionality, like how to bring it about, right? So I would imagine that at least from a practical standpoint in the One Piece world, the closest thing to the sunlight will be Luffy's thing, and that's why he's the sun god, whatever. Which again ties to the shadows theory from like at this point it's like 3 years ago now. But yeah. Will of Davy, $5 super chat says, wait, let me cook. The atom bomb being first introduced while listing off his grave sins against God. And Vegapunk has an apple head now. Ooh, okay, I see. Atom. That was something that like I think there's like a like religious scholars, when we discovered atoms, they connected it back to the like Adam and Eve thing, saying like, see, wow, it's crazy that like we're calling them atoms, and Adam and Eve was technically like the building blocks of humanity. So it's like maybe we were like, the religion has the nuance right, it's just not whatever. I remember reading some stuff like that, like them trying to like translate that in line with the like the physics there, which is another interesting thing, because then it's like, I forget what they said about Eve then. Adam was an atom, and then Eve was what? The dark space then? Because then that would fit with Mu. Like the electron cloud. This is interesting. And then to tie it together, Will of Davy, I'm sure this is probably where you want to go with it, or it's in your head, is that if Mu is the representation of Eve, which I'm not saying it is, I have various ideas, but let's say it is, then it would be Vegapunk giving the forbidden like apple to Eve, who then uses it to destroy like humanity in some versions of the way, or is using it in a way that's misunderstood, right? Like Lelucia and possibly Enies Lobby. Maybe there was a reason to use it like that, but we just don't understand it, and maybe it makes sense and it's justified. We don't know. And it could be that Adam, if Adam was Joy Boy or Nika or whatever, gave this fire to Eve to use incorrectly. Could be something like that. Who knows? 3-day with the 23 months Ultimate Visionaries. That's crazy. Almost at the 2 years. Dang. Shadows Theory is 2 years. That's crazy. Almost 2 years. Your reaction reading this chapter was priceless, Par. Don't forget to like and subscribe, everyone. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for all the support. Oh my god, this chapter, I have a headache. I think I have a headache. No, not I think. Like there's like a weird like not migraine, that's rude. Oda did not give me migraine, but like after getting knocked up this stream, there's definitely like right here. Brain is bouncing, dude, back and forth. Ugh. I'm gonna go like lay down after this. AIM-PDX gifted 10 visionary memberships. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for always supporting. And like I said, I'm making good on that vision, the memberships. It's coming out. It's coming up. It's funny because I was saying like, oh, I'm posting a membership video. Like I said to my friend, and like she was just like, yo, it's so crazy that people like subscribe to you like that. And I was just like, and she was saying like, oh man, you have to do so much extra work for it. I was just like, oh no, they kind of don't care if I do or don't, but like I should. I'm a bad person for not, but we'll be getting back onto it. There's a bunch of conversations. I feel like there's a recording that I had with I posted that one. I posted the side recording. There's one I might release with another creator, and I think there's one other creator that I didn't post, so I might get up to that. But videos will get early released. Hopefully I can keep that schedule. Especially when I think that it'll take me a long time to edit. I upload those videos early as audio only with minimal visuals, but at least you get to hear it. Some people prefer audio only anyways, so it is what it is. But I think the editing helps, especially with my videos, because I'm like so specific and I like giving the references. But nonetheless, appreciate you, AIM-PDX, and everyone. Ethereal with the 9 months visionary, appreciate you, says Sanji is a mother's flame if love is involved. Yes. Dylan, Ethereal, I don't know if you saw my last video, but that is the ebb and flow of the context of what I think we're getting at. Like that video combined like Egghead and the science to the elemental hockey stuff to like the characters. It just felt like all my long videos that I have made all connected in my last video. And that's why that video is so difficult, because I was explaining to a few people in the comments, and in Discord or whatever, saying like that video could have been so much longer, and I had to cut out like easily 80 minutes. I had to cut 20 minutes out of it. The 20 extra minutes might probably be in another video, but I will wait to see if it connects to another video that I'm motivated to make and then add it on, and then we get a 40-minute video. So is Sai coming? I'm not sure. He's probably sleeping. The big question is, did Sai post a video off of the release? Because if he did, then maybe. If he didn't, then no, because he probably was expecting the chapter to come out tomorrow, and so that messed up his schedule, which is why, yeah, I appreciate the chapter coming out early or Thursday, but I think I speak for a lot of the creators, if not all, saying that I think in general we just prefer a consistent schedule. If it's consistent, that's better, because it's like just imagine having a schedule that you just don't have, right? And like I was literally doing yard work. I was like sweating. I was supposed to get a haircut tonight or today after the yard work, and then I would look good for the stream, but like I didn't get the haircut. I had my hair tie thing. I trimmed up my beard a little bit and chapter drop. But you know, when Oda knocks you up, you know, you kind of no protection. You just got to go in, you know? I had my day off tomorrow specifically for your reaction stream and missed the entire action because it released today. I'm so sorry. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, if I streamed it tomorrow, like my normal stream, then it would affect like my schedule in general, because then it's like with the size. Oh, technically I'd get Sai in, but then your guys' schedule, I guess I should have just stuck with it. It's a weird thing. It's like, I used to stream the day after chapters were released, but then recently I just been doing the new ones. See, number 108 on Mother Flame can be translated as first parent. 1 is first, 8 is Oya, parent in Japanese. First mother is Eve, therefore Mother Flame could be connected to David. Okay, Kosuna, did you watch my last video? I'll put it here. How many we have? Oh wow, we have 400 people here. All right, I'll put it. So I made the last video, and 20 minutes could have been cut out, but 5 to 8 of those minutes are about the sunlight tree Eve, because and like you could probably rewatch that video and see exactly where it was cut out. Like there's not a weird part, but there's a part where like I like forcefully switch gears back into thing. It's at the end where it's after I kind of say like oh, I'm gonna give you the punchline, blah blah blah. That part, that like 2 sentences, that was the part where there's a 30-minute section cut out. 20 minutes of it should have been in the video, but I was like, I can't edit a 90-minute video in time. Like I just need to put out this video. There was like doctor's appointment stuff like that, so I got it out. And I think like 5 minutes to 8 minutes of it was the idea. And I'm saying this specifically because you look at my comment that's saying that the next video might be about a tree. It's because I was saying like, okay, if Luffy's hair is resembling sunlight, well, we have the tree, and how interesting would it be if the sunlight tree Eve wasn't just like a tree with leaves. It was a tree that was on fire. And that is what the next video is about. It's a tree that's on fire. And so you dissecting that thing on that now I have a intro part, because the beginning part I was just gonna make an irrelevant video about Sunlight Tree Eve and just have it as a filler video, but now I can say it's connected to the chapter. I did not know that. I don't even have to stress the details, but yeah, like because Sunlight Eve being the first mother, Mother Flame, like if Oda's making the flame thing and I put the thing, then Sunlight Eve being that thing, and the part that I won't tell you on stream is 2 places where I think the tree is, or rather 3, but the third one doesn't count as like a place. And then, all right, I'll also leak this. If you guys watch this reaction over again, at the beginning I said like, is it nighttime here in Mary Joie? That's interesting. I wonder. And then I stopped myself because I don't want to leak something. I was this close for saying what I was saying. So what we know is that Fishman Island has sunlight from Sunlight Tree Eve, but it was like theorized. Like King Neptune said their scientists theorized it. And I was like, what? How do you not know? And then, but the legendary, the ancient people who settled there in the first place chose it because the tree was there. That's one thing. But then the other part was that their night and day is dependent on the Sunlight Tree Eve's night and day cycle, which is odd in the first place. But then it also could tell you where the Sunlight Tree Eve is. And so I think like 2 days ago, I was going through so many panels looking at random, my brain broke. That's why I was messing up on some of these things. Cause I was like, oh, we saw Mary Joie here. We saw this, where's the daytime? But in this chapter, we see, it looks like nighttime. When we go to the thing, as opposed to like when Oda's shown us Ryugu Kingdom before, there's like light coming from here, but it's like one tone here, which is interesting because then you go to Mary Joie or Marineford right here. It's the same thing. So is it nighttime there? Which would mean it's like, that tells you something. It's not a big nuance because we always knew that it was above, but that helps me eliminate a huge chunk of something. Sort of. Huge, it eliminates something sort of. And I'm trying to see if I can rationale another thing to tell you guys about this video, because the video is still exciting, even though I'm telling you Sunlight Tree Eve, Mother Flame connection, the tree's on fire. There's a part of the video that I'll tell you that I'm trying to figure out where I position it, because that part might be people's favorite part because it's a narrative emotional part. There's a second part that's like a reference, and then the third part is geography. So those 3 things combined to make this video. I'm looking at like a 12-minute video. I have like 2 more pages to write in the script probably. But yeah, that's a fun one. That's a good video. You triggered that. Could Nika or Joy Boy have created Sunlight Tree Eve? No, I don't think so. Though that's important though. That's important, but no. Tree of Clouds, not leaves. Joy Boy sacrifices. There's a, listen, you guys are gonna like this next video. These are the irrelevant videos that are like, I love, sort of, because it's like, wait a second, like, has it just been, it's not irrelevant, but it's like one of those things where it's like, Oda just drops and you're like, oh my god, that makes sense, you know? And I feel like this is one of those. Why do you immediately say no to Joy Boy making the tree? I say no. Well, I say no actually prior to this chapter, but this chapter kind of sets it in stone even more so for me, because now we know that he was born. Now, if you said Nika's different. If we're saying Joy Boy, or actually, hold on, did you say Joy Boy or Nika? Because if you said Nika, then that's different. Because Nika could be more involved, but I'm still gonna say hard. I'm gonna say hard no, and I'm not gonna say it's not hard no to be disrespectful. That's not. You guys heard before why sometimes I'll say hard no. This time hard no is because it's just it kind of just lines up with like if the tree of knowledge from Ohar is 5,000 years old and the Elbaf tree is that much bigger, it's like huge, and that's the Adam tree, and the Adam tree survived everything, and like the sunlight tree in Adam tree are like, so then it's like, if we have like they coexisted, then we're looking at something big. And if Joy Boy was 900 years ago born, then I think that the story of the Eve and Adam tree predates it. There's actually, so when I make this video, by the way, go back and watch the ending of my last video, because you'll also see the other entry point, and I guess the connection would be the separation of the Buccaneers and the Lunarians. I'm not going to explain exactly, but Cosinos might get it more accurately because you're the one who said it. But if you look at the Buccaneers and you look at the Lunarians, and then you look at the trees and try to conceptualize it, you get to like, wait a second. Like maybe these were like 1-to-1 rather than separate. And I'm gonna keep that cryptic. I'm gonna keep that cryptic. If you say it in the chat, then I'm gonna ignore it. But I imagine some people will figure it out from that. So, but yeah, I think that the Eve tree and Adam tree are like primordial, almost like a beginning of time of One Piece world. That's kind of how I see it. So Nika could be, but I don't even think Nika made it. I'm liking what people are saying. It's just it's funny that Oda's like the way I'm thinking about it. Like spring just happened. Mother Flame happening. Craziest thing this week is Mother's Day. So this chapter releases the reveal of Mother Flame on Mother's Day. That's cool. That's awesome, right? And then like the other part, because I'm gonna make a video, which is also funny because like this Eve video, I realized when I was making, I was like, wow, I'm making it like I'm studying all this mother stuff. I was telling my wife some of the stuff because it's like Adam and Eve and religious stuff, so it's just stuff that she find interesting. And she's like, why are you looking at like mother stuff? It's like, is it because Mother's Day? Are you making a video? Blah blah. And I was like, oh my god, Oda's lining it up for Mother's Day. That's so wild. But yeah, like, and I've been looking at all this tree stuff. Meanwhile, my son's playing outside and he's going nuts and doing all these things. And so I'm doing a bunch of like yard work and stuff with like, you know, planting and things like that. And so it's just like lines up. It's just funny. Oda is making weebs into historians, archaeologists. Exactly. Let me get this last super chat and then, you know, read more of the chat. Yuna 250 euros says Akainu is looking west towards Dragon on page 2. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that Oda was making Dragon and Akainu like match made in heaven. Oda's a mad lad with math piece. Yeah, he really is. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but like, let me see if I can pull it up. It's on Twitter. Imagine it was from Pew. Not Pew, this one. Let's see. I should have bookmarked this. A while ago. Oh, maybe it wasn't even Pew. That would make sense. It was someone might know. Oda sends out his when he makes a color spread, he gives the making of it. And last time was the chess pieces, and Oda was straight up playing like, in order to make the color spread of the chess game, he was mentally moving pieces on a board. And I imagine he was trying to like ghost shadow box. It's kind of interesting. It wasn't like a real game, obviously, but it's very interesting what Oda is trying to do there. Let me see. Redline was created by the previous user of the Maro no Mi during the Void Century, using Mother Flame, similar to nuclear fusion, a fire lit by seawater. It's interesting. It's interesting. There's a few other ideas I have. I'm not going to say I disagree with you. There's a lot. I think I'll say this. I'll say this. When I was thinking about the Eve tree in the scope of my last video, and I had to do like some research on like fitting in the blocks, I looked at it and I was like, how did Oda make this world? Because like some of these things that I'm referring back to were first 200 chapters. Like that's like 20-year-old Oda. It's so insane that you could create such a grand concept, and if true, these core things were things that he had at the very start. And it's not like each thing is difficult, but meshing them together is difficult. Because it's like, it's hard to say, but like, I feel like Oda went to school, and like every time he had a class, like a geography class or science class, he went to school and he was excited just to like learn something new, to incorporate it into his story. Like, I'd like to think I was a smart kid, but like cloud seeding wasn't something that they taught us in school, but in Alabasta, in chapter like 160, 170, he put out like the cloud seeding thing, which was like at the time when Oda was like a kid, like what, 1980s, is without the internet, he found that out. And so I imagine Japan was teaching their kids that or something, you know what I mean? Like, there's so much random stuff that we learned in school that you can incorporate in a cool story like this, but it's hard to make it this interesting and make a world that like works like this. And yeah, maybe it wasn't all perfect at the beginning, but he made it work by the end of it. And maybe we could sit back and say like, oh, there's some plot holes here, blah, 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 blah. But like, it's fitting pretty goddamn well. It's kind of crazy. Well, the red line is like the Attack on Titan's wall. There's something I realized recently about the wall that like I don't think people realize. And I'm not gonna say how I found out, but I was in the middle of recording with Edens. He was a creator that I met up with at Anime NYC last year, and so we recorded like a 4-hour call over the break, and I don't think he's posted it yet. He hasn't told me. And in that video, we realized something from this, like literally the stupid, like when I tell you, when you guys see what this video is about, you guys are gonna be upset. You're gonna be like, why? I hate this. Sai is gonna be upset. I told Edens, I said like, I'm making this video just to piss Sai off. And there's something about one of the things that in line with one of the characters that was like, wait, what? Where is he? And the only answer is like in a place where it's like it doesn't make sense. And I don't think people realize what Oda is showing us. It's one of those like we fly by that panel, we don't think about it. I think there's a lost D-Clan tribe inside the red line. Could be. All right, Twitch clips. How old are you? You might have learned about it, but I bet it's not in our curriculum like the way Oda included it in Alabasta. But also, Oda's like 50. So that means that he learned about it before the internet. He incorporated it into his story before the internet. You know what well, like before that, you know, he'd have to go to the library. You know what I mean? and his teachers probably taught him, and he used it in a very nuanced way comparatively to like how we see it. You know, he created a narrative about it, how it could be used as a weapon in history. You know what I mean? In line with the ancient weapons, in line with this fictional powers. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're us learning about it in the 21st centuries. Oda was in the 20th century, technically. Um, Oda doesn't simply write One Piece; he channels it from the heavens. Yeah. Oh wait, hold on. Sorry, I just got distracted. My son's outside playing, um, and I'm like hearing, I'm hearing it. Um, reading chat. What site can you read this? Go join the Discord. Tag them on. People post it there. 25 is new age curriculum. If you are 30 plus and schools didn't want you to believe the skies could be controlled. Yeah, that part is like it's kind of crazy when you compare curriculum. Like I've done this with like my sister-in-law, my older brother. I'm like, damn, they were teaching you some crazy stuff. Like we had some of it, but it changed. Textbooks were changing, I think, faster. Textbooks are changing fast now, but they were changing interestingly back then. Vegapunk also don't think so much. He's like a clown who tries to do the circus every day in Davy Jones' locker. It's interesting because like Oda's, I think in this chapter Oda changed how I see Vegapunk a lot. Because like now you can take away a lot of what he said earlier, where he doesn't think about the ramifications of things. No, he was thinking about things. He was picking and choosing. But like he knew the gravity of all of his decisions. He accepted them, etc. But yeah, this chapter was heavier than I expected. It's kind of weird. Because like going into this chapter, we were wanting like answers, more stuff, but I feel like you can now use this chapter to recontextualize Vegapunk as a character, which I'll probably do in this break week. Not wholly, but like, yeah, there's so much. Like, yeah, we can go back to Kuma's stuff. We can go back to the Celestial Dragons. We can go back a lot of places and look at how they operated, knowing certain information. I'm reading it out of order, but get to the super chat. D with the 50 the 50 P's. Remember Oxloids, it needs the mother flame. No comment. You guys don't know what the Oxloid is? We talk about it in the Pluton video, technically at the end of it. Just the idea that these ships, or no, not the Oxloid. In the Pluton video, the Emu is a Cloboterman video. The idea that the Oxloid was somehow involved with that. It is technically a legendary ship that had a bell on it, technically, or tied with a bell, tied to a bell, which was tied to real lore. It needs a mother flame. Interesting. Won't say more, won't say less. Growth Stonks with the $5 super chat says the red line was made up of the moons. The red line was dropped from space after Jobu was forgotten, died, and lost the dynamic power source. So that's like the other interesting part too, right? Because it's like, how do I say this? This is okay. this is gonna sound like super not abrasive to the theory about the red line stuff, but that was kind of what my next video, or the video that I was going to put out before this Iron Giant video, but I just didn't have time, was so okay. If the red line is something that was created at the end or in the Void Century, that doesn't make sense at the moment to me, and I'll recontextualize it later. Like there's so much info that I'm trying to explain in a few sentences, but if I can't, it's like a 40-minute video, so sorry. But the point is that Ohara and Tantaras have history from before the Void Century. And now, like Elbaf, they're gonna have it too. And I would imagine if like the Oharans had history before the Void Century, and the red line was created during the Void Century, that would be one of like that would be the easiest conclusion for them to like, oh, we don't know what technically happened. Vegapunk would say it here too. Like you wouldn't need to be a rocket scientist for that, because like Vegapunk having technically, from what we know, technically gone to Elbaf, but see the Ohara research, all that stuff, you would know what the world looked like before 900 years ago and after 800 years. But just in that 100 years, and if the red line was something that like the moons were gone and it felt the thing, that'd be like the easiest conclusion for people to make. So like that's where in the next video I'm going to sort of push back a little bit. I say a little bit, I don't know how much pushback. I'm just making a video. I'm not doing it to like dismantle an idea. I'm just saying it to kind of frame how I'm looking at it, because it's like, if these grandiose changes happen in the world and 100 years was the gap, unless you wipe the memory, even if you wipe the memory, it wouldn't really fit, because there are records from before. You'd have to wipe those records too, which is like another thing. Like the Emu and the Gorosei just demonstrated in this chapter in 1085 the inability to wipe the records clean, period. So that's where it's like the red line being created is something that I don't know necessarily, but what I will say is the red line needing to be destroyed, that doesn't change that, right? It being needed to being destroyed could fit in there. It could be that Joy Boy needed to but couldn't. It could be that Luffy needs to do that and he will. All of those things. Now, like, the next, what I just said, you could apply to the end of what I was saying about the Sunlight Tree Eve, and you can come to a connection point of those two things, and you'd understand part of the video that's about to go up. But yeah, like the idea, the red line is very interesting to me. I'm not sure what to think about it, but I don't know if it's created in the Void Century. I don't know if it's connected to the moons. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm not sure just yet. That makes sense, Growth Donks. Problem for Emu and the Gorosei is that the Poneglyphs are indestructible. They're indestructible, yet the Kozuki are able to chisel into it, right? Like it's indestructible, right? But like at the same time, what if one of the Kozuki just hit it just a little too hard and then just chiseled too deep, too long? Could they not break it? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, it's indestructible, but like I'm looking at like the way the Gorosei say like Wano's impenetrable. Yo, we saw a hell of people penetrate. We saw a hell of people penetrate. You know what I mean? So like when they say these things, I don't know. I don't believe them. I think there's a 9th world and we don't come to act to this. It would be interesting. Love Uzi with the raid. Appreciate you. And to think people still don't think Luffy's a child of prophecy, reincarnation, and the chosen one. reincarnation is interesting. I would guess like once we know the D name, the D clan thing, it would more fit there. I think my last video especially changes the scope of the reincarnation part for me, specifically for the line of fire being like biological or not, like that doesn't change how much of a parent you can be. And I think that's the important part that's going down to it. Inheriting the fire, Roger and Luffy, they're not tied, but like, you know, like, or Ace or other people, but like, can they get it? Like Shanks, right? It's like anybody could be, their fire can change. So it's like, you know, it's an interesting one. But yeah, it is interesting. Streamed in Nintendo Orchestra. Tapis Person. Oh, are you Love Uzi? Tapis? Appreciate you. Did Toki set anyone else in the future? I thought Iron Giant was one of them. I don't think the Iron Giant was one of them, but did Toki send anyone else into the future? It's possible, but like Toki would be messed up if she did. I don't want to get into why. It's a long thing, but like, my God. It had, like, the thing is, like, what happened to Momo? Is it like at least Momo had escorts, right? So like if Toki did that back then and she showed up in Wano by herself, that means that she sent like people in the future alone. And it's like, if they were kids, if they were adults, whatever, we could get parallels. And it's like, that's not cool. I don't know. Maybe there is a group though. Like, because the other thing is like, maybe there's a group of people that got sent in, and that could explain certain places in the world. I'm not going to say specifics, but I'm sure you guys can choose your own specifics of certain groups that, hey, where did these guys come in from? Would it make sense that their history is kind of weird? Maybe they jumped to the future a little bit. Who knows? Congress of props infused with hockey hundreds of thousands of people. It could be. Could be. Even Atlas couldn't hold this chapter up. Yeah, Atlas is a good name to bring up. Like, you know, I think like last podcast we were talking about Atlas and the possibility, like the lore Atlas. Technically, like the nuance is like we kind of mispopularized Atlas's original nuance. It was like Atlas was meant to hold up the sky, like the select, like from falling onto the mortal world or something like that. So like but like the reason why is because the celestial globe was drawn as a circle, so people understood that as our Earth. But in reality, Atlas was poised with holding up the celestial world from falling or something like that. But yeah, I mean, the reality is like the origin of these stories also, it could be that like Oda's using a popularized version of a mythos, or a recent mythos, or a Japanese version of the mythos, or a specific culture's version of a mythos. It doesn't necessarily need to be the source or the origin or the most widely accepted. So could be all that. But yeah, let me see where we're at with time. 4:15. I should clock out with that because my son is having to go. Should probably help my wife clean up outside. So, and I did start a little bit late. Usually I have more time. So let me just see if there's anyone I could raid. Redirect. See. Ooh, Kevdog. Let's go with Kevdog. Yeah. Let me just let you guys know what's to come. that Sunlight Eve video. And if you guys haven't watched my last video, please, I appreciate so much if you guys watched it, rewatched it, commented, liked it, most of all shared it. That's a long video, but also it's been a while. I just need help in the algorithm, and then that video will connect to the next few videos, but mainly I'm trying to keep my head down and just like post whatever videos I have in the back burners. I'm gonna try and get as much out. Please, I'm praying that like no health stuff comes up. Please, please. No random power outages, nothing like that. So Sunlight E video, then a how the world sunk earthquake stuff. This chapter didn't need this chapter, but this chapter helps a lot. There's a Vegapunk video, there's a Bonnie video. I think the order though is I want to get this Holy Knights video. I might have that one out sooner. I'm not sure yet about the filler ones, but just know Sunlight Eve, Void Century, there's a break week. I might schedule a stream in between, either on our own, maybe it's a sponsored one, maybe it's with a another creator, not sure. I'm thinking me and Sai have the collab on Saturday. Dax and me probably are going to hop on a call this week, talking about this Void Century stuff, I'm sure. Murphy and me are trying to lock in a date at the end of the month. That's not coming up, right? Yeah, end of the month. Next chapter in 2 weeks. So I'm gonna send you guys to KevDog, and until then, guys, be safe, happy, enjoy outdoors or wherever you guys are at. I've been tweeting a lot. I'll be trying to post a lot more. Appreciate you 3-Day again for, honestly, if it weren't for 3-Day, this reaction might not have happened this way, because warned me about the spoilers. So thank you. Oh yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Ebo Cut. If you guys are mothers around the world, happy Mother's Day, early Mother's Day. Your mother flame, very important. Hopefully it is enriched, burns bright like it always does. Yeah, it's an important thing. Shout outs to Oda for making a Mother's Day chapter, essentially. Yeah, nothing more I can say, but appreciate love wherever it comes from. So with that, guys, send some love over to KevDog, and to your loved ones. All right. Without further ado, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for getting knocked up stream. And yeah, thank you guys for wishing my wife a happy Mother's Day as well. Yeah, we're good. Peace out.